Hey everybody, welcome to the One Flight Down 3-year anniversary show after party. I just got to grab a beer. We're going to get started right away. I'm going to throw the link in the chat in a moment here. But before I do anything, I got to play the theme song. And today it's a special live version of the theme song. So go grab yourselves a beer and we'll get going in a minute.
Stayed out too late. All of the time in my drunkenly state, I said things and I did things, oh, they made me a fool. I guess that's just where I went wrong. Sick and I'm tired and I need to go home. I've been here all week just drinking alone. I've had whiskey, tequila, gallons of beer, and I just can't drink anymore. You know I just can't drink anymore. Just begun. Those days are through unless I can undo all of the things I went wrong. Sick and I'm tired and I need to go home. I've been here all week just drinking alone. I've had whiskey, tequila, gallons of beer, and I just can't drink anymore. You know I'm sick and I'm tired and I need to go home. I've been here all week, I'm just drinking alone. Whiskey, tequila, gallons of beer, and I just can't drink anymore. You know I just can't drink anymore. I said I just can't drink anymore.
Hey, all right. Thanks for sticking around through the theme song. If you want to join in on the live proceedings here today, there's a link in the chat there if you're looking at the chat. Let's see here. I've got some guests lined up ready to come in right now. I'm just going to go in the order they appeared. I had a fun time watching this guy dance at the bottom of my screen while we were waiting for this to happen. Let's bring him in. The guy who probably one of the first brew tubers I really got to know. First one I met in person. It's Shane from Shane's Craft Beer Review.
Woo! Hey, Shane. Here we are. What's up, Alan? How are you?
Great. Thank you for dropping by.
I was really hoping that you would catch that dancing in the backstage part there. So I really
enjoyed that. Totally
I was really playing. I wish you could grab that and stick it and show it to everybody how silly I am when I'm, backstage.
If I were a little more, I don't know, technically adept, I would figure out how to do that. But
I don't know how to do it either. So your guess is as good as mine.
I seem to have got rid of my applause, my fake audience. So I apologize for not having a fake audience when you came on there. But let's bring in the next guy.
It's all good.
Where is he? There he is. It's Brew. Beer for
He's way
breakfast.
back
Snacks
there.
for snacks. It's Little
Hey,
Brew.
I didn't
Little
realize
Brew.
you could see me. Hey, Little Brew. I didn't realize that because I was scratching some things over there. I didn't realize you could see me. So sorry.
Oh, we could see you. Yeah. Almost as entertaining as Shane's dancing earlier, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. I wish I could see that. Can you videotape that and send it back?
I can't go back in time.
Yeah, because
Ah,
it was backstage. I was doing it up good when the theme
backstage.
song was on.
Oh man, I wish I was backstage so I could see that.
It was pretty epic. I got some pretty killer
Epic.
dance moves. There you go.
Epic.
I enjoyed it. And Shane,
So
it looks like
congratulations.
I was just gonna say, Shane, it looks like your shirt matches your walls. It's like you're a floating head.
Yes, it's very close, isn't it? And did you notice? I don't even have my hat on today. Check out this
I know.
sexy hair.
Some
people don't think I have hair because I always wear my hat. So I just want to show you guys. Yes, I do. I do have hair still. Not a lot, but I got some.
It brings out your eyes, Shane.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Totally brings
No
out your eyes.
problem.
One more guy waiting here to be brought in. Another man, myth, legend. Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. Jay, how's it going?
My man, Chase.
I love
Shake
that. I love that theme song, but I wish you were singing it.
Well, hey, Chase sung it. Why can't Alan do it? Right? I'll be right back. Hang on a second.
That's true. Chase did sing it once. Actually, my last year's anniversary show, I had you sing it on my closing credits.
That's right.
There we go. That's better.
Not once, but twice. Here, this is for you, Al.
Oh, hold on. There.
Hey, stage manager.
I'm glad I'm not going as one handy. Who else is watching? We have Dave's watching. Hey, Dave. If you're interested in joining in, the link is in the chat.
And you got, I noticed in the chat there, you got Sam from Short and Stout, too, all the way from Australia, checking out your channel, Alan.
Australia. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for watching. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's where Sam's from.
All the way the other side of Winnipeg, it's Carl. Carl, thanks for dropping by.
Wow, that's
Hey,
got to
Carl,
be 10
cheers.
miles.
Yeah, I was like, what's the other side of Winnipeg? How far is it?
Yeah, in the wintertime, it's like a half hour, I bet.
Could be, yeah. Actually, I'm kind of laughing right now. Like, we got the I saw Shane and Drew. You guys already did the "Fuck You Winter Chug Challenge."
Wow.
I got to record mine this weekend, but it's like it's not been that cold. It's been like above zero all week here. Which is
Yeah.
like,
There's
Here
no
too.
snow at
not a
all.
Winnipeg winter. So
No snow.
no, we still have our snow. We have enough that it's going to take forever to melt.
Really?
Yes.
God,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I wish. I love winter.
Ugh.
So you were talking about that the "Fuck You Winter Chug Challenge" there, Alan.
Yeah.
I do have Josh is actually my guest tomorrow night on my live channel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta check that out. I hope
Yeah,
I
so
can
it'll be
watch it
interesting.
live, but I'll check it out after probably. But
For sure.
I got my friend Ken is coming over with a cellared beer tomorrow night. We're gonna do a video cellared
Oh,
beer.
very nice.
6-year-old
very nice.
beer. So that's
Nice.
that's the plan.
Perfect.
Surprising you with the style, or did he just tell you it was cellar aged and that was it?
It's cellar aged from Non-Such Brewing, and the beer is called Old Ale X. He sent me a description, but I haven't read it yet.
Old. I'd be a little worried about that if it's a cellared ale and it's called old. I mean,
Is it?
we don't
is
know
it
how long that's been around.
intentionally- Is it intentionally cellar aged, or was it just chilling in his cellar for 3 years?
It's
Good question. Good question.
a bit of both. I mean, like Non-Such says their beers should be aged for like 5 years. They're bottled with the cork and cage and all that.
right.
But I think 5 years is the limit, and this one's 6 years. So
You know what that means? It means Drew would hate it.
Probably.
could be.
Now, was the bottle stored properly? Because if you don't store those cork bottles properly, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure with Ken, I'm pretty sure it was stored properly. Okay, we have a request to find out what we're drinking. Drew, is that a Laker Ice?
Yeah, you know what Drew.
Yeah, but
Why
I got another
do you
beer.
even ask?
I have another beer though.
Oh,
I'll open up the other beer, okay? Because I got the famous little brown jug. and everyone knows. And you know what? You can't really get this any cheaper here anymore than what like any IPAs. And I even talked to you about it, Alan. This is the Haze Mama.
Oh yeah,
Three
yeah.
dollars and 60 cents, 7%. Man, I could drink these all day. It's better than my Life in the Clouds.
Ooh.
There
Yeah.
you
Um,
go.
don't you like this, Shane?
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I don't mind it. I like it better than life. I like it better than Life in the Clouds.
Oh,
Better than
For the
Life in
price?
Clouds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
7%.
Life in the Clouds is not. Life in the Clouds is not bad, but it's. I don't think it's as good as Drew says it is. But that's
Well,
just. I
love
shouldn't say that. That's my palate. That's my palate, not Drew's. So it's.
Yeah.
I mean, take it from the palate
So
perspective.
the more I drink Life in the Clouds, and the more I drink this one. Life in the Clouds is $3.85 now. Um, it's very light compared to
It is.
this because, you know, and for $3.60, this is the one I'm getting all the time now over Life in the Clouds. It's amazing
Right.
for the price. You can't go wrong with it. Haze Mama is a good damn beer, you know.
That
Yep.
that means you
I
could
love-
get it for 50 cents down here.
Yeah, probably 75, but yeah, you're almost there.
It's kind of like how Drew gauges everything, is how it compares to Life in the Clouds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, quick question before I forget, Alan. I noticed in your little montage you did there on your video where you were showing all the places you'd been to,
Uh-huh.
and I noticed two of the places you were at were in Hamilton. You went to Fairweather and somewhere else.
Fairweather. What was the other one I went to?
Collective Art.
I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch it.
Was it Graining? Was it Graining Grist?
He
I've
did go
been
to
there,
Collective
yeah.
Arts, though. He did go to Collective Arts, though. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, I went to Collective Arts, Grain and Grit, Fairweather, but then there's another one that I went to after I met Drew, and I can't remember. Merit.
Merit.
Okay, Merit Brew.
Okay. I was literally going to go to Hamilton tomorrow to see my buddy Matt, just have a quick beer with him, and I was going to pick you up a bunch of beers from Fairweather because I wanted to ship you out a box. But you've already been to Fairweather.
I have.
maybe
They
I'll
have that amazing banana beer. That's like one of my favorite beers I've ever had.
Oh, that's right too. I remember that. Yes. Do you want Fairweather beers? Do you want Fairweather beers? Or do you want something else?
Oh, I'll totally take Fairweather beers. Yeah, everything I've had from them I liked. So.
Because for some reason I didn't think you'd been to Fairweather yet, and I was just going to go and pick up 6 Fairweather beers and ship them down to you. But yeah, that's right. I forgot about the banana beer.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. If they have that, I'll definitely grab a couple. I'll grab one for you and Catherine because I know she likes it too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. And when I did that, when I did that banana one, like I wasn't even going to do a video. I was like, we'd been to like 15 breweries that weekend. It's just, I'm kind of tired. I just want to have a beer and relax, not worry about it. And then I tasted this banana beer. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to do a video. I got to document this. This is too good.
Is it that good?
Sure.
I've never had that one.
It was really good. Like it
Really?
it was like fresh bananas, and it's hard to describe. It's just so good.
I forgot. You go after the banana beers like they're gold.
Just like banana beers.
No, they're not maple beers, Chase. They're not maple beers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Has that,
My apologies.
Right,
has
I
that
got my
sauerkraut
beer.
beer come out again?
What's that?
That sauerkraut beer, has it come out again?
I have not seen a new batch of that yet. If that comes out, everyone's getting some. I really want
That's so
them.
good.
That's
That's
not
so
the
good.
worst, is it? Is that the worst? That's not the worst, is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
the
the
worst.
worst. Yeah.
Sauerkraut and mustard.
Yeah. It's
My God.
fantastic.
All right, I'm cracking my beer. It's one I got from Shane, actually.
Decay.
Oh, okay.
Decay Pale Ale. I love the can art, and it was just the first thing I grabbed out of the fridge. So.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll be going to that brewery. That's for sure.
Yeah, I went to that one. I think that was I went to that one when I was down there with Darcy. That I think it was the same day I met you actually.
Because we only did a couple, and then I think you and Darcy finished off Niagara on the Lake and Counterpart.
Yeah,
that day.
Counterpart was great, and we ended up eating there too. It was really really good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Drew's been there. Drew's been there too. He really likes it at Counterpart as well.
I love Counterpart. I can't wait to go.
Oh, this smells great.
That name throws me off because back in Connecticut, there's one of the bigger named breweries was Counterweight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it'll be similar, probably. Yeah, for sure. I'll say good brewery. A little pricey, but good. Did you hard pour that, Alan? That looks like you hard poured that, sir.
I'm trying to, but they kind of did.
That's all right.
What are you guys drinking? Shane, Chase, what do you guys got going on?
I'm just going to show you this, and you'll know what it is.
Oh, Shane's brew. Nice.
You still have that?
See what we tried? The
You
Waldo?
still have some?
I think I have 3 left, and they're pretty old now. Like these, I brewed this like 4.5 or 5 months ago, so it's.
Are you starting to get chunks in it?
Well, there's always chunks in it because I bottle condition, so there's always chunks in the bottom. So I don't really notice the difference, but it still looks still pretty good. Look, it's still got some good lacing on it.
Lacing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If anyone wants to, like, Shane knows what he's doing because I have no idea how to do this stuff. And his stuff is good, man. I've had both of his last 2, and oh my God, they're fantastic.
Well,
I still have a couple bottles to Shane for you.
Drew, he
Okay,
taught you how to edit the opening to a video. I'm sure he can teach you how to brew too.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
true. That's true.
Yeah, it might take a couple days, but come on down, right?
Is there a way I can? I probably can't. I was trying to look at something earlier. I have some really super cool pictures that I wanted to share with you, but I don't know how to do it over a live. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm again not that technically savvy. So
Yeah, well, I was trying to look for maybe putting them in for my live for tomorrow with Josh, but I don't know how to bring. I know how to bring up videos like you did, Alan. You got the dust around. I know how to do that, but I don't see a place where I can just put up a picture. So
yeah, and I don't know how to do it if I don't have something queued up all ready to go too. Like,
yeah,
Alan, that must have taken you an hour or 2 to edit your video, and you don't know how. Like that video you just did was amazing.
it was a nice
sure.
project for when I was sick for a couple of weeks and not really drinking. I was
So not technically, yeah.
I'm guessing it took him about a week to dig through and find all the clips.
No, all his videos. Of course. I would have gave up on the first one and said, "Man, that took me 4 hours. I'm done."
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
No.
and I didn't. The only ones I didn't include were the lives, the ones in the lives. I'm not digging through the whole like these 2 to 4 hour videos and then zooming in just on that would be too much. But other than that, I got I think.
Yeah. Well, from a guy who does a lot of editing, Alan, I appreciate the time you put into that because I know how long that took you and how frustrating that is to put that together. So hey, I appreciate the effort because I know exactly what it was.
I was trying to have the clicks match the music, and I got like 5 in. I'm like, oh, screw this. That's
No, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know anyway.
But the first 5 are pretty good.
Yeah, because you would have been there for another 4 days just trying to line everything up properly. Yeah.
Said, screw this.
This is pretty good. This is like nice and like fruity, like that kind of like stone fruit kind of taste.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's decent.
That is nice. I don't
Little
think it says
apricot.
here. No hops for Drew.
No. Counterpart doesn't watch.
Counterpart doesn't watch.
They don't watch anybody if it makes you feel better.
Yeah. We're going to go in there and they'll be like, yeah, no, nah, yeah. Just here, drink up the beers, right?
I don't know. Silkram's always puts it on the cans now, so I'm sure you've reached out to them.
Is somebody buzzing or is that just me?
No, someone's buzzing.
Okay, I heard it. Okay, I thought maybe it was just me, but I'm like, oh no, okay. We'll blame it on Drew.
Okay.
Oh, it is Drew because I can't hear you anymore.
Wait, how's it me?
Oh no, I hear you now.
It's Chase.
Is it Chase?
It's Chase. Yeah.
I don't know if
you blamed it on me.
Anytime something technical goes wrong, Drew, I have to blame you.
I know. It's all good. My headphones aren't working anyways. Only one's working, so I don't know what's going on with this one.
Oh, so you're only hearing you can only hear me and you, and you can't hear Alan and Chase.
I don't know what Alan. I have to ask you.
Yeah, because on the other side of the screen.
I don't think StreamYard's that advanced to put 2 people to one ear and the other 2 to the other ear.
Right, it's not in stereo.
Is he talking? Is
Yeah.
I can't hear. What's Chase saying?
Is he talking?
Yada 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 yada.
That guy over there?
Yeah,
This guy.
yeah, whatever it is.
Uh,
I'm always mixed
So-
up too, so I'm trying to,
right.
right? Like, who's this side? Oh man, he's the left side. But that's not right. I don't understand because that's my right arm.
There.
Yeah,
And Chase is there.
that
Drew.
trying to get me
Drew's
down here.
right here.
down. There's Drew. There.
Drew here.
There.
I like how my name started a week after Alan and I met. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that haircut video when I called you Brew.
Drew
I'm
here.
pretty sure.
See, I always call him Drew. I never call him Brew.
No. Everyone at work, because my name changed on my Facebook, everyone at work is like, I'm not calling you Brew. I'm like, well, what do I go home and do? I drink a brew, don't I?
It just flew out of my mouth, and I'm like, well, if your name is Brew and you do beer reviews, your name should just be Brew. Just
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So
I
before we get
answered
too far, you guys all have beer there, right? You got a beer there, Chase. You guys got one. Let's do a cheers to Alan for doing a great job over the past 3 years. Congratulations getting to 3 years. I know it's a struggle sometimes doing them, but cheers to you, Alan. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Hey, how
cheers.
about chug it, Shane?
Oh, did you not see my chug video yesterday?
I watched it. I watched it 4 times.
I'm not chugging this milkshake that I've got here. Look at that.
Shane
No,
will
you
get-
don't.
Shane will get monetized simply from Drew laughing at him.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, how does this video have 43,000 views on it? Oh, they're all from Drew.
Hello.
They're all from Drew. Yeah, I'm not a chugger. Like I said, in the video, I gotta talk to TK in the summer, and maybe he can teach me how to do it because I know there's a technique to it, and I honestly do not know what it is. So
I think you got to open up your throat. I don't know.
yeah, what's that say? CW?
Okay.
What's the CWO stand for? Oh, nice.
World order.
I like it. I will never own a hat like that because I can't chug. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing mine. I'm like, I don't know if I have a weak enough beer.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Out in the snow, right?
I must have. There's got to be some kind of lighter beer. I don't want to chug.
You
like,
don't
I've
need
got
a light
so many
beer. I
like
chug
heavy
dark
IPAs. And, yeah.
Right. Well, I just did a Czech Pilsner. It's a 5% Czech Pilsner.
Okay.
And I still, because I don't chug. It's not my thing. Like, if you offered me $1 million, if you came over to my house and said, hey, look, in my hands is $1 million. I want you to chug this beer in under 30 seconds. You'd be like, just take it home, Alan. Just we're not even gonna do this. Just take your money home. Go away. It's not gonna happen.
Last year when I did manage to chug my light beer last year, but there was a point where I stopped mid chug and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. And then I just opened up my mouth and let it pour down, and I managed to get through it. But yeah, if you watch
Love your
closely,
attitude. Love your
there's a
attitude.
spot where I stop. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. But even Josh didn't chug his all the way either, so he
No.
stopped.
He is.
And he's got one of those fancy Kraken thing that goes on the bottom of his can.
Yeah.
Did he really buy one?
I think he had one last year too, but I thought he
bought one because he saw me use it.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, he's got one. He used that for his chug challenge this year.
How much do they cost?
$5.
No,
So-
I think they're low. I bet you they're I bet you they're 20 bucks. I was gonna say I bet you they're $20.
Yeah.
But for a guy who doesn't chug, I'm not buying one.
No, I didn't know because you know what? I could drink beer fast, but I cannot chug.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah, I could pound back a beer. You know,
Oh
But-
yeah, that's pounding it back. That's not chugging though.
that's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think I would have an easier time if it was summer. Then go do some yard work and then try and chug it because that'd be so much easier than doing it in the middle of winter in your basement. Like I do.
Why don't we do this in the summer and go F you winter? Winter's coming. F you winter and do one.
Especially,
And let's see how it goes.
especially since in Canada, winter will be in 2 weeks from when we're all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically here when you're here. So yeah, bring it on. We'll all do one.
Brian's
Yeah,
gonna
you're,
go
you're
in
here for that
parka.
2-week break where we don't have winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect time.
What-
Good-
Well, that's what I
good
was saying.
choice.
We should.
So I was saying to Dave and Brian this past weekend when I was down in Florida. The one morning it was actually pretty cool. It was like 15 degrees, but the wind was really cold. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I said, this is as warm as it gets in Canada. Like, this is what you guys are going to experience in July. This is as hot as it gets. So bundle up. Bring your parkas.
Brian's showing up in a parka in July.
Oh, for sure.
We should we should make a friendly bet of how many layers Brian's going to come dressed in.
But here's the thing. It was pretty warm. It was pretty warm on December 1st or 2nd when you guys came. And he came with gloves and this, like, he was loaded. I was like looking at him going, what are you wearing? Like, it was cold for him. That was, I couldn't believe it. Well, Shane was also cold because he was doing this with his phone.
No. That wasn't being cold. I told you. That was because I was just so excited. I was excited for you to meet Brian, and because I knew what it was. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, Drew's gonna meet Brian, and I was just so excited to do that.
And then who did I pick? Is Alan there? Alan?
Did you bring me Alan?
Alan? Okay.
Well, you should have known it wasn't Alan because you've already met Alan, so you should have known it wasn't Alan.
I know, but I thought maybe Alan flew down, hung out with you, and then you're like, come on up, and then there you go, right?
Oh, okay, fair enough, I guess.
I mean,
and then last thing I thought,
across the international border, so it would seem easier in a way.
Yeah, last thing I thought was Brian. I didn't think for one night he was coming up, so that was wild.
The mileage was probably equal, though. It's probably pretty close to equal, though, despite having an international border in the
Yeah. Well, I think it's the same distance from here to Chicago as here to Winnipeg. I think it's the same distance, 2.5 hours flight.
Is it straight, or is that because you have to basically drive in a
Yeah, we have to go around all the mountains up here. So.
Oh, the mountains? What mountains? We got no mountains here.
Well, we got to go around all the mountains in Alberta and stuff, those ones. And we got to come back, right?
Because if you go that way.
Yeah.
That's really
That's not the way Shane went.
Yeah, the airflow sucks up here. That's why everything's so expensive. We have to go around things to get over back.
Stupid lakes.
Well, in the winter we call those igloos, and then the summer they just kind of melt. And that's how we have our lakes every summer. The igloos that we live in melt, and they just form these big lakes.
So when we were sleeping, oh look, a bass! Oh look, a perch! Just saying. It's an igloo.
It's still alive. How?
It's still gobbling. I don't know what's doing in there. Throw a hook in there.
Tapping it, shaking off all the icicles.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Next thing you know, things start squawking back and forth, flies down, attacks through. I'm like, nope, never doing that again.
And then you got the Canada Geese. They'll come up here and get that fish on you, and you'll have to get in their hole.
Fish?
I'm just saying, the Canada Geese kill you up here because have you ever been getting from a Canada Geese? I have.
I call them Canadian cobra chickens.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They're awful, dude. Yeah, have you ever been face to face with a Canadian goose, Chase?
No, but pretty close with a swan. They're nasty.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna take you to a park where there's a bunch of Canadian geese, and we're gonna go walk and try and feed them.
Oh,
while you're going forward, I'm gonna slowly walk backwards away from the fray.
You know why though? Shane has to do that because he's so short. His legs are short, so it takes him longer to get back.
That's true. That is true.
You can have a 3-meter head start, and I'll still pass.
3 meters.
I'm surprised you said the word meter.
I was just pulling something out of my ass. I don't really know what that is in feeder yards.
The question I got from Carl here: would you guys drive to Nunavut for a beer?
I would.
It's pretty darn impossible, but
I would. Or I'd walk there if I had to.
It depends on what
snowmobile.
It depends on the beer. Depends on the beer.
I've had beer from there. It's not worth going that far. It's okay.
Oh, but we have it, so we don't know.
Oh, so you don't know. Maybe you and my palate's different. It might be the
best
beer
exactly.
in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. To me, you know what? Lake Rice is the best beer, right?
Would you drive to Nunavut to get a Laker Ice?
Yeah, hell no. 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 No, I'm okay. No. You know what? I'll just go to the Bat Blue or something.
I think the only two breweries, if they put breweries in Nunavut, I think there's only two breweries that I would go if they moved there. One of them would obviously be the Alchemist, and the other one, Hop Butcher for the World.
Oh,
that's the only two that's the only two breweries I would drive to Nunavut that I've come across so far anyway.
Hop Butcher was
awesome.
Yeah, that was something
awesome.
Special.
Great Notion in Chase told me about that was probably my favorite brewery I've visited. There's like their flights are 6 beers, and they were all really, really good. Yeah,
wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and like all different kinds of styles, and
yeah. I've had West Coast IPAs from them. I've had hazies from them. I've had sours from them. I think I've had a stout from them. Everything's at least a 4 1/4 on Untapped. At least.
Yeah, I had a dessert stout. I had a blueberry muffin IPA. It was just amazing.
Was it heavy though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been like heavy and meaty, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I noticed. Portland or like the West Coast in general, it's all like really like heavy IPAs.
Right.
So you go there for a weekend and it's just like you're just full. By the end of the weekend, you're so full. I don't want to drink anything else.
I haven't eaten a single thing.
Yeah.
But I gained 6 pounds.
Still buzzing there.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. Congrats on the 300. I gotta get to work tomorrow, so thanks for having me on. Right.
So it's not a party.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Cheersy.
Shane, give me a text tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to say, give me a text tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. We'll do, buddy.
Alan, give me a text Saturday just to say hi.
Will do.
Hey, Chase, guess what? I was gonna say, hey, Chase, you're up on Sunday. You got to text him on Sunday, apparently, because his Friday, his Friday and Saturday are obviously full. Texting me and Alan, so you can text him on Sunday.
You and I will chat football Sunday because these guys are going to fucking go.
You got an extra week.
Yeah, well, sorry, but it doesn't matter. All right, cheers, everyone. Have a good night.
Cheers,
love you guys.
All right, see you, Drew. Have a good night, buddy. No, I don't want to watch this video. Damn it. I'm trying to.
I thought he was mad at someone for a while. It took him a while to get going tonight.
How to share photos when live streaming. I'm trying to figure out how to get these damn pictures up. Alan, you would appreciate them. You would appreciate them.
If you just blow it up on your screen, do a screen share?
I don't know. Give me a second. If I drop off, I'll come right back in. Just let me take a look.
You can also send them to me, and I could probably.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Well, I tried to do, like I said, I tried to do it really quickly, setting it up. I wonder if I can just go to the picture.
You may not have privileges, for lack of a better word, to insert.
Well, hang on. Let's go. I can go to share. What does that go to? Nothing.
Like, I think you can screen share as a guest, but I don't think you can do an insert.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to do it somehow. Again, it's one of those things that I've never tried before.
When he's sideways, he's frozen.
Oh, yeah. My sideways? Sorry. Hang on, let me get out of that. Can you guys still hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah, I got some cool pictures. Maybe I'll just text them to you, Alan.
Okay.
And hopefully I can figure out a way to put them on my live stream. But I know you would appreciate them because you're a hockey fan. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, is it a continuation of what you shared earlier? I know you sent me a couple pictures earlier today.
Oh, yes, those pictures, yes.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot I sent those to you.
Hey, I'm a hockey fan too. I just haven't been able to watch as much as I used to in the last couple.
Oh, okay. Well, basically what they are, Chase, is I did a special event on Thursday in Toronto. Our casino supplied dealers and stuff for this charity event that the Maple Leafs put on. And I literally got to deal to like everybody, like Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, Ty Domi, John Tavares, Giordano, who's the only person I
that's
shook hands
awesome.
with, by the way.
Too
But yeah,
bad
there's a couple.
for a good team.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But no, it was really cool. Like, there's a couple pictures of me and Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner standing right beside me because I was teaching him and I was teaching Marner and Max Domi how to spin the ball on roulette.
Didn't
Teaching
we,
them how to deal.
didn't we talk about that on your live? How like so many people on the live were younger than, were younger than when the Leafs last won the cup.
Yes, yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
I'm
'cause I
younger
brought up-
than when the Leafs last won the
Yeah.
cup, and I'm like in my mid-50s.
Yeah. Like I said, I had said that, you know, these young guys come in and they're Maple Leafs gear, and I asked them why they're Maple Leafs fans, and usually it's because their dad's a fan and their grandfather was a fan.
Yeah.
And I always tell them, I'm like, well, hey, I said, think about this. I said, I'm 52 years old. I said, the last time they won a cup, my mother was 15.
Yikes.
Right? And she was 15 the last time they won a cup in 67.
That's why, like, don't let your kids inherit your teams. Let your kids pick their own teams.
Mine did. My oldest boy's a New Jersey Devils fan,
Yeah.
and my youngest boy is a Dallas Stars fan.
Oh, weird.
That's
Yeah, like I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all.
My daughter is a Washington Capitals fan. And I was like, oh, every year we go to the Capitals game. Yeah.
At least you got Ovechkin there, right? So that's okay.
And they're a good team.
for a couple
Yeah.
more years.
Yeah. But yeah, when
Well,
you get
yeah.
when you get people, it's like, oh, my favorite team is the Sharks.
Why?
I just like the logo.
Yeah, and that's what it is. They like
Yeah.
the logo.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's exactly what it is.
Or in Catherine's case, it's the Ducks because she likes the Disney movies. Emilio Estevez.
They never should have changed. They never should have changed the jersey. I know it was probably a copyright thing, but like figure it out. Figure it
They
out.
brought
Gotta
that
check.
back. They brought that back as their alternate now. They use that as like a couple games a year.
Oh, the one with the orange shoulders, right?
Yeah.
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 Which is nice that the head's there, but it doesn't feel right without the purple and green.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right. Yeah, I like that old logo with the duck. That was cool.
Didn't they have an alternate at one point that was the old school, like the original movie jersey, the one like all green with the actual duck on it? Not
Well, with
just-
like the
not
duck
just
with
goalie
the,
mask?
I don't remember now. It might have.
They probably did at one point in time.
Yeah, maybe it was like a one-off thing, but like I swear,
Yeah.
I swear I'd seen them playing. with
I mean,
that.
that's a big thing with teams like or in the NHL these days. Every year you have to have like a new alternate jersey so you can sell it to the fans. And like,
Yeah.
you probably saw in my intro, like I've got so many Jets jerseys. I buy almost every one they put out.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
technically only have one sport to worry about.
Well,
Pretty much.
is
Yeah,
there-
we've got- yeah, pretty much.
you mean to tell me there's more than one sport, Chase?
Oh,
I don't know what
sorry,
you're talking
sorry. My
about.
apologies.
Hey, we have the Canadian Football League with all 8 teams in it.
That's right.
Right.
That
Wow.
is right. And it's a man's league. It's not this. Hey, you get 4 chances to get 10 yards. No. We're like, no, you know what? You guys are tough. Do it in 3.
And you don't
Do
punt
it in
either.
3.
There's no punting, right? It's just 3 or it's a turnover.
No, we can still punt.
Oh, okay.
It's run pass punt, run pass punt, run pass punt. That's the Canadian football. Run pass punt.
That's why the game's over in 45 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you got to remember our field's a whole lot bigger too. It's longer and wider.
What am I thinking? I thought it was. Aren't they're all in arenas? I thought they were smaller.
Oh no,
No, ours are bigger. They're 10. I believe they're 10 yards bigger.
yeah, 'cause you have
and
the
I
55-yard line in the middle, and then they're wider too. So
What am
Yeah,
I thinking
and-
of?
yeah.
Isn't there something? Maybe I'm just thinking of Arena League, which I don't think exists anymore. Maybe I'm just thinking of. Arena
Now, having said that, our end zones are the size of Texas. Our end zones
That's
are huge.
right. And
We have huge
the
end
goalpost
zones.
is right in the middle.
And that's the best part because it's
die.
yeah, because guys run into that all the time. It's great. They turn around to catch the ball. Yeah, I got the ball. Boom. That's good entertaining TV right there. If you can't get hurt in a sport, It's not a sport.
It's not a sport.
That's
The
right.
only time an NFL player ran into the goalpost, it's been the punchline of the league for 30 years. Because he thought he was doing something cool and celebrating, wound up getting concussion, missing the rest of the season. Pretty much ended his career.
Awesome. Like I said, I can see CFL guys do that. Probably happens once or twice a year, right? Somebody runs into it or hits it or bounces off it or something stupid like that. But it's all part of the game, boys. All part of the game. You got like 100 yards of wide open space, and you hit this one little 3-foot pole. Good job.
You know what?
Good job, sir.
It's probably a little meta because they tell quarterbacks to protect their receivers and not throw across the middle. Well, it's extra incentive not to throw across the middle because your guy's going to smack his face into a pole.
That's right. Oh,
Don't worry.
I don't know about you guys. I need another beer.
Linebacker. At least the linebacker moves.
Right? I'm going to grab myself another beer, and I'm actually going to have one of the beers that Alan gave me that I still haven't reviewed yet. So give me 1 sec.
Right. That's the great thing about doing these lives. That's when we get to drink those beers that we haven't gotten around to reviewing yet.
Which I have almost none of. I only had this one really that I was just going to probably chug. And then I pulled in this one just so I could have a second one. I was going to do something. I don't know whether it was going to be a post or a YouTube video. But whatever, it's okay. I'll just drink it here with you guys. Because it's not like a fancy label or anything. So.
No, it looks like somebody's homebrew.
Yes and no.
Almost, yeah.
This is actually a brewery, but it started as a homebrew shop. And then they built out the tap room, and they do Friday night bottle shares, which I still have yet to go to one, but they do Friday night bottle shares, where everyone just brings some rare stuff, and I guess then they vote for what the best one of the night was, and all around the tap room, they put whatever everyone voted as the best beer, they put it on the shelf. So the whole upper circle, I guess, for lack of a better word, of the tap room is just all cans and bottles.
Cool. And where are they? Where's this brewery?
Down here. They're in Greenville.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to do this one here, Alan. This is one you gave me a while ago, and oddly enough, I was looking in the fridge the other day, and I'm like, did I not review this? I could have swore I reviewed it. Apparently, I did not. From this is a nice Sucrums beer.
Oh, nice.
This is the Wilhelm Scream.
Oh, the Wilhelm Scream.
Wilhelm. Wilhelm.
Double IPA at 8% alcohol by volume, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into this. Let's do this properly.
Hazy or Westy?
There we go. Got the shit clock going. There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
I didn't even need it.
It just says double IPA.
I guess we'll find out when you
No hops for Drew.
Yeah, it does have hops for Drew. Juicy beer that is heavily dry hopped with Talus Mosaic and Cryo Citra.
Ooh.
There you go. Inspired by the Northeast. So it's a Northeastern style double IPA, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's an Eastern kind of. Alan knows what this tastes like already because he's had one.
It's a good beer. And you guys, do you know what
it's
the
Sucrums,
name
of course it is.
Do you know what the name is in reference to?
Yes, I think I commented on that when you put that video up for that.
Okay, yeah. It's
the most famous
Scream from it's been in so many famous movies. Almost
yes,
every every Star Wars movie, every Spielberg movie, yeah, lots of there's an identifiable scream. So
yeah,
the R2D2 one.
No, that
was close though, Chase. That was really close.
Pretty good.
if you would have done that with no preface to it, I would have known what that was. Yeah, it's R2D2. Or that's what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that does smell nice. All right, let's get into this. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's definitely Northeast.
Oh yeah, that's nice, Alan. That's nice.
Yeah, I like that beer.
Solid. I have not liked a Sucrums beer. Everyone has been.
The only beer there I'm not crazy about is a sour. They've done their sours aren't great, but I don't like sours that much to begin with. So
Right.
even then,
Yeah,
I've done all that
Oh.
I've liked. So
I know, but because you don't like them, do you think maybe they actually are done pretty good and you just don't like them?
I think
Because
so.
I'm like,
I know people who really like sours that like theirs. It's just
Yeah.
I just find they have like a weird aftertaste to them.
Oh,
and that's what I've been trying to do with my sours lately is, try and be very objective when I do them.
Yeah.
And just be like, I don't like it because you guys know I don't like sours, but I can understand how somebody who likes sours, like Chase, for example, would actually like this.
I mean, I've had a lot of sours that I have liked, but just
great notion.
more that I haven't than ones that I have for sure.
Well, that one that you and I did, Chase, with the shake cam, that was a sour, right?
Yeah, from Drecker.
From Drecker. Yeah, that was good. I liked it. It was only like tart though, like slightly tart.
Okay.
And
But that one was good. Yeah.
Drecker's another one like really can't go wrong.
Yep.
Do you guys also, are you guys like me where you think sour and tart are two different things, or are you Webster's type of people that just view that words as synonyms?
No, I separate the two words.
I used to think they were the same thing until I started having sour beers. Because there's a big difference between a tart beer and a truly sour beer.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's a big difference from drinking something that's like apple or peach based versus something that's like a lemon.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I always try and be objective with the sours because I never used to be. It was just like, oh, this is a sour, gets a 1.5.
Yeah, I was about to say 1.25, terrible.
But then it's like, hey, you know what, Shane, you got to be fair. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people aren't going to like it.
All right, Chase, tell us about what you're drinking, and I'm going to go look in my fridge for something.
Shoeless.
Okay.
So Shoeless, that's that place, homebrew shop turned brewery. English Porter, 5.2. Sorry, I don't have my full repertoire of glassware, so you'll just have to deal with not seeing it.
Scoot out of the bottle. Do the bottle, Chase. There we go.
Oh. That's the most different tasting porter I've ever had.
Really?
It's almost got like not barley wine type of flavor. Like imagine a barley wine without the dark fruit. Imagine a barley wine without the dark fruit and without the booziness.
Okay.
Like kind of almost like a licorice type of flavor.
Huh.
Yeah. So
licorice.
And I mean, there's nothing. Actually, I should look it up and see if there's anything on Untapped. But there's nothing indicating, like, it doesn't say it's aged or it doesn't say it's smoked or spiced.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that from an English porter.
But let's see if there's any wacky details on Untapped that might explain English porter.
I do not watch much.
Nope, nothing. Sorry. Whoops.
Oh, no, I'm still trying to look up this damn picture sharing, but I'll do it later. It's not important.
I was trying to see if I had access to them on my computer, because that's what I'm on here, but I don't. I could do it through my phone, but that would be too hard.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to figure out how to do it, and I'm like, yeah. Like, I know you can share a screen somehow, but I'm not quite that savvy with the StreamYard, which I should be, and I'm not.
Yeah,
I do a live.
If I'm hosting it, but I don't really know what to do when I'm on someone else's shares.
Right.
I've seen people do it though. Pretty sure.
Yeah, well, I know there's a way, because I think the one time I was talking about baby seagulls. And I think that might have been the time I think I had Chase on. And somebody had a picture of a baby seagull. I can't remember who it was. It was either Ray or Vanessa, and I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. And they shared it, and it popped up on my backstage, and I could bring that up on the screen. And I'm like, oh, there you go.
That's great.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna crack mine open while Chase is looking his stuff up. I'm trying.
Yeah,
I couldn't find anything there. I couldn't find anything.
I'm
I
changing
found the
beers
beer,
here.
but-
I'm having it's called Black and Blue, One Great
Ooh,
City
okay.
Brewery. It's a blueberry oatmeal stout.
Yes.
Oh,
6%.
okay.
Yes.
I like blueberry in beers often, but I've never had a blueberry stout before. So see
I
how this goes.
love.
There you go.
I love.
Get the sign up.
I love blueberry as an adjunct, but it's got to be like blasting in my face. It can't just
Yeah.
be like a little bit of blueberry.
And it's got to be real blueberry, not that artificial blueberry
Yeah,
stuff. Because
that's
you,
right.
you can tell right
Exactly.
away. You can
Yes.
tell right away.
It sounds like your same opinion on maple syrup.
Drew would be happy with my glass choice.
What is that, by the way?
That's
Little brown jug.
Brewery, Little Brown Jug.
Oh, it is a brewery. Okay.
Next time I send you some beer, Chase, I'll send you one of theirs.
Okay.
I know we
glass.
sent you Snookums last time. But yeah, Little Brown Jug's pretty good. This One Great City, is like the most hit or miss brewery here in town for me. I've had some I've loved, and some are just terrible. So I don't know where this one's going to land, but
Hopefully, it's on the good scale.
hopefully. Smells good.
Smells like blueberry.
I get blueberry for sure, yeah.
Uh,
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's got a nice thick body. Blueberries mostly in the back end. That's really nice, actually. I like that a lot. My friend Tyler, good beer. All right.
I saw the Ginger Yeti the other day did a review of a beer. It was a chocolate blueberry pie beer. So I guess
I
chocolate
just
blue.
watched that one today. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that sounded great. And that cost him like $14 for that can that he got.
For a can?
Yeah. That's what I said to him. I'm like, hey, where'd you buy that? Canada?
Yeah.
At $14? That's a Canadian price. God's sake.
Oh God.
I wanted to get. I was buying a bunch of stuff for send-offs, and I bought a bottle to send to Shane. And I wanted to buy something else. I want to buy something else, the new one that they did.
Right.
The new Old Soul. They're like $16 a can. I'm like, that'll wait.
Oh,
They'll be
Jesus,
around.
Yeah, for sure. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back.
All right. Ginger Yeti did one from Drecker the other day. He was talking about the price on that. It was like, I mean, it wasn't 14, but it was like $8 or something. And that's a lot. Like here, I don't think we would pay that much. And then you convert that to Canadian, that'd be like a $10 beer here for a can.
That's it's definitely like that for us. We like look at it and we kind of like grit our teeth a little bit, but that's kind of like the cap of, what you'll grab and not think twice about.
Okay.
Because normally they're all like lower stuff like brown ales, lagers, pale ales. You get them for like $4 or $5.
Yeah.
Sometimes even less. I mean, I've seen one for like $2.50, $2.75.
Oh, wow.
But then generally like the hazies or the real sought after hazies, they're like $5-6. The really rare ones more like $7.
Okay.
So it's not uncommon to see a beer for $8 down there.
Yeah. That's one thing I like here. I'd say are the difference between like a macro beer and craft. Yeah, it's more expensive, but it's not like as big a difference. I think.
Really?
Yeah, like when I'm down in the U.S. and I get I could get I can't remember how much the macros were now, but it was a lot more money to get a craft beer. Whereas here it's like a couple bucks more, but there it's like $4 difference for a beer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you regularly find and this is like out on tap, so obviously there's always going to be an upcharge on tap.
Yeah.
You could still get a macro beer for $3 max, but the craft stuff will still be, $6-7 on draft. So it very, very, very easily double what you would pay for macro. But as Brian the Beer Snob says, it takes less of them to get the job done.
That's right. That is right. I'm just reading the comments here on my computer off to the side. Sam saying, speaking of Alchemist Shane, I'm finally be getting a bottle of both Heady Topper and Focal Banger. Both been on the bucket. Yeah, I said, and I just replied to him like, yeah, I can't wait till he does those and Sam, do the Heady Topper first, and then do the Focal Banger.
I can't wait to try that Focal. I pretty sure I'm going to be trying to do a trip to Vermont with some friends in September or October, somewhere around there.
Let me know.
I will, yeah. Because that's just sounds too good to I got to check that place out.
It's amazing, especially when you go to the brewery and they have Heady Topper on tap, but it's hand pulled. It's hand pulled beer. Oh, nice. And it's different. It's so different than the can. It's so smooth and creamy hand pulled.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to compare.
Down there, did you like stay overnight or anywhere, or what do you guys do?
Yeah, I went down there with my buddy Matt from, you guys know him from All By Myself videos. We went down there for I think we were there for a couple nights. We just camped. We just brought a tent and just camped for a couple days, and that's where we shot most of that stuff for my episode 500 that I did down there.
Matt the bear victim.
Yes.
Make it so, number one.
It was great. It's funny because there's people at work that call him number one all the time now.
Yes.
That's great.
They do like, hey, number one, what's up? I just laugh. I'm like, it's great.
I don't know if any of the other guys are still out there watching, but if anyone wants to hop on, I'll just reshare the link because Drew's spot is empty now. Yeah, Drew had a spot.
It is. We kicked him out.
What did Drew go to do?
I think he had to go drink some Laker Ice.
He has to work in the morning, so he has to drink enough Laker Ice so he can fall asleep, and then.
That's right. Yeah. Isn't that what we all? I mean, not Laker Ice, but isn't that what we all do? It's time for bed. I need to have 2 Heady Toppers. There we go. Off we go.
2 more beers.
He's the inversion of all common sense.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I see Paul. I don't know if you noticed there. Paul's in the chat as well. PA Brew News.
Yeah, when you wrote Paul before, I'm looking around like, where the Alkanauts? Where?
No. You'll almost never see Alkanaut Paul on the live.
Yeah.
You'll see Ray, but you'll almost never see Paul.
Yeah, I've seen Ray on there a few times.
Yep. Yeah, Ray kicks around.
There was one time Paul joined one though.
Yeah, but that's a rarity.
Yeah.
That's a rarity to get Paul on something. That's
the two of them hosted one a long time back, and months ago, before winter.
Yeah.
And I
think I was their first one, right? I think I was their first one, Alan, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the only one I've ever seen them do. I don't know if they've done others, but
before winter, so last June.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's when that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's rare to get Paul on a live. I don't know why. It's probably scheduling and stuff like that, right? Because if you notice, they haven't put out a video in, quite a while.
Yeah. Well, neither have Mallory and Shu.
Oh, I haven't seen one of them in ages.
Oh, they haven't done one since Chicago, I don't think. I think they might have done 1 or 2 after Chicago, and after that, well, then they both became managers of the breweries. And
did they even do? I don't even know if they did 1 or 2. I think they just did the shorts they shot when we were there.
They might have, yeah. Like I said, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Which is too bad. I like their videos. Yeah. It was, nothing to me is funnier than this. Bye. I fucking love that. I love it. Yeah, Chu's so awesome. I love that guy. He's so awesome. He's so funny.
He's so full of life.
Do you think they'll be there for July? Would love to.
I hope like hell they're going to be there. I mean, they, as far as I'm concerned, they have to be there. They have to be there.
Yeah,
it's the rules.
Yeah,
you can't host the year before and then not show up for the next year.
That's right.
True. Yeah.
Or maybe they just know that Ray and I have such an amazing event plan that they're scared to come up and see how awesome we are.
Yeah. Intimidation factor.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they also it's gonna be great. Maybe they don't want to have your T-shirt show up their T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, it's sad. Well, you were there, Chase, so you know. So, Alan, they had this. Oh, actually, I got it right here. So-
the t-shirt wall.
So Mallory and the T-shirt wall. Like I have everybody's shirts up here. So they had this little T-shirt done up. Let's see if I can do the logo there so you can see a little bit better. And Mallory purposely made these gray. Why did she make them gray? Because the whole goal was for everybody to sign each other's shirts.
Oh,
If you will notice,
very much.
there's not a single goddamn signature on this shirt.
That was the new book.
Yeah, it was the new book. That's right. And then it didn't work out, right? And Mallory didn't even realize it until we were all leaving. And she was like, "Oh my God, we were supposed to sign each other's shirts." You know. So I'm definitely.
We couldn't even do it at the last minute because Brian left early.
That's right, because he left at like 3:00 in the morning. That morning, right?
Brian was the last one in and the first one out.
Yeah. That's because he didn't want to hang around with us anymore. It was too cold.
And
Too cold in Chicago for him.
Shoot a single video. We could tell people Brian wasn't there, and there would be no way for him to prove it.
That's right. That's right, because he's not in any of the pictures. No. Oh yeah, that's right too. Your B-roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how cold it is. That's like the only thing I know about Brian in Chicago is complaining about how cold it was in July.
You should have heard him when he was here last month in December.
At least that makes
thought
sense.
That was actually cold, though.
It was cold, but it wasn't that bad.
There's no way it was cold in Chicago in July. There's no way.
No.
It wasn't as warm as I thought it would be, but it wasn't cold.
No, it was nice. The weather was nice, but it wasn't hot.
It never hit 90 though.
Yeah. I hope like hell when everybody comes up in July that we have like the hottest weekend ever. I'm like, is this warm enough for you bastards? Hey, is this what you're looking for? You know. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's the worst, right? As you worry that all the people who think Canada is cold are going to come. It's going to be the one year where we have a cold July.
Yeah. We had some freak snowstorm. That'd be the most awesome thing. If we got a freak snowstorm that weekend, that would be the coolest thing ever.
These people never have summer.
Yeah, like it would be just so cool. No, like when I was down in Florida there on the weekend, I got the pleasure of going out for dinner with Brian and his mom and his dad and his sister and her husband. Yeah, it was really cool. I'd never met this man before.
The whole beer stop family.
So he specifically told me, so I think that was the day before I was going home. I don't remember, but he specifically told me like, hey, make sure when you get up to Canada, you close that damn door and keep that cold air up there where it belongs.
Shane, you know what you could do? You could win bingo on Brian's family tree.
Oh, there we go. That's true. That's true.
It's like a scavenger.
Well, Brian's right from not too far from where Dave lives now.
Yeah.
So I mean, his family's all there. What's that?
They went to the same high school, I thought, didn't they?
I think they did, but Brian was obviously a couple of grades ahead.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say obviously because that makes it sound like Brian looks old. You know, obviously he's older. You know.
Oh man, Brian. Actually, I don't know. Brian's maybe younger than me. I don't know.
I think you're probably about the same age. Dave just turned 50. Dave just turned 50 last year.
Yeah, Dave just turned 50. Yeah, and I'm 52, and I think Brian. I think he's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
He's only nothing. You know, in the big scheme of things, he's only a couple years older than I am. Yeah. And you're only like a year or two older than me too.
53. I'll be 54 in a couple months.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all of us except for young man Chase here. We're all kind of there.
Technically, Mallory's a year younger than me.
That's true. Yeah, Mallory. Out of our, I like to call the core group. This is what I call like you bunch of guys. Yeah, Mallory's technically the baby of the group.
And Drew's younger too. Drew's
48, I think. I think Drew's 48.
Is he 48?
He's 48. I think.
Wow.
Okay.
I would have guessed 44.
I think he just.
His age.
Oh, maybe he is, and I feel like an asshole now. I think he's 44 though.
Home bartending with John is here. I haven't seen him in a while. Hey.
Woo! What's up, John? Cheers.
John, good to see you. Thanks for dropping by.
Football.
The link is in the chat there if you want to join us. Somebody needs to take Drew's spot.
Yeah.
That's right.
Every time we bring up a comment, we just see all this black behind us.
I know, right?
Well, the problem is we need another American on here, Alan, because it's two
balance.
Canadians against. Yeah, we need the balance
Yeah.
because it's two Canadians against one American right now. So
Outnumbered again.
You're gonna have
Yeah.
me saying a boot in no time.
that's right.
Or
I
what is
don't
it?
know.
What is it? The A counter? Hey.
The A counter, yes, that was classic.
That was great. I'm sitting there because I was driving down to Savannah that day, and I was like praying I would like get out of the car before the live started, and I'm walking up to the first brewery, and Alan, it's the same place that made the banana beer I gave you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm walking up to the brewery, and then I like as soon as I parked the car, the Shane's show maybe was like 2 minutes in. So I missed the very beginning of it, or I was watching in the car, but I wasn't like engaging because I was driving, obviously. And so I'm watching, and then it gets to my video, and he starts doing the counter, and I just lost it.
Oh, it was just something fun to do. Kind of like when I did my chuggy thing the other day, and I had the timer up in the corner because I knew it was going to take a long time. So let's just throw it up there and embarrass yourself, Shane. And it's actually funny. One of my early videos, I think when I was maybe 2 years in or something like that, I just did it again. I used to be a big person, so be like, hey, we're gonna check out this beer, and everything was So I was like, and I knew I was doing it, and I'm like, you know what? This is how you embarrass yourself and fix the problem.
Well, yeah,
so I did the video, and every time I said it was an counter, and I think I got up to like 37 or something like that. It was something ridiculous. And I'm like, but after that, I've consciously known I try not to do all the
No,
time.
that's 100% true. Doing stuff like this helps you keep yourself in check with and like and and all these like verbalized pauses.
Yeah, I
But
still
don't-
a lot, but not as bad as I used to.
Yeah, but don't stop doing them because, like I said, I'm sure you guys watched my Doppelganger of Dave. If you haven't, go check that out. So, I mean, you're still on the list, Alan. Don't you worry. Alan is still on the list.
I just watched.
Great.
I just watched the Dave one before mine. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. I'm a little disappointed that I actually messed up in 2 spots. But well, originally I was just gonna green screen it, but then I was like, I'm going down to Dave's in 3 weeks. Why am I gonna go through all the trouble to green screen his background when I'm gonna be in his freaking man cave?
Yeah.
So.
Which is
Yeah, the
actually
two-
a cave. Like, are man caves supposed to be basements?
Yeah, it is not in his basement. It is not in his basement.
That's,
Yeah, but yeah, the two things I forgot was, as Chase pointed out, the please drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, like the ending little bit that he does. I forgot that, and I also forgot to burp the baby, which was going to take literally 4 minutes for me to do because I was going to do this. I was literally going to do that. You guys keep talking.
That's technically a Rajopolis thing, though. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
which I spilled it on.
like literally, I was just going to sit here and do this for like 4 straight minutes. Just because that's what I do. I pick the idiosyncrasies everybody does, and I kind of exploit them a little bit, right? But I try and do it as and I try and do it as respectfully as I can. You know, it's just
Light us up. Light us up. It's like
My
a roast.
friend Mitch chimed in here and says Ontario is freaking hot in the summer. Winnipeg usually has 1 month ungodly hot. That's pretty
Really?
much true. Yeah.
What's ungodly? 70?
68, Chase.
Like our Julys are usually like, I don't know, Fahrenheit would be like, our Julys are like 90s, high 90s, and then it just drops again.
We do get hot up here.
But the thing here is like, what Manitoba is bad for, Winnipeg's bad for, is like we kind of have 2 seasons. Like we have winter, and then our spring is super short, and then it's summer, and then our fall is really short, and that's winter again. Like we don't have the transition. And like I love the fall, all 2-3 weeks of it, but like it's like
All two.
I love that time of year, but it just goes by way too fast.
That's like falls down here, but in the opposite direction. It's because the summer's so much longer, not because the winter comes so much earlier.
Right.
Well,
I don't know.
Our winter could start, like we could have snow mid-October or not until December. and it can melt.
Or not
in
until January
March or
sometime.
May. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you'd remember this, Alan. I know Chase wouldn't because, Canadian TV. There was a Canadian Tire commercial on years ago. I can't remember if it was a radio. It might have been a radio ad or it was an actual TV commercial, but it said, it's something along the lines like, welcome to Canada, where we have 2 seasons, winter and July. And that was the commercial. Winter and July. That's the 2 seasons in Canada. Winter and July.
Or winter in construction. That's another one I always hear.
Yes, definitely, yeah. Because they got to get it all in that short little spot where the weather's decent, right?
I don't think it was ever a commercial, but that's something that's a common phrase in Florida. They say we have 2 seasons, summer and January.
Right. I don't know. I was down there last weekend. I thought it was, Dave, the one day Dave thought it was really cool. And it was, like I said, the day we left, the wind was cold. And I was like, oh, I got to put on my hoodie. Like, I'm in Florida. I should not be wearing a hoodie. I can understand the Floridians having a hoodie, but I should not have a hoodie in Florida.
That's, because Bucks McGee has been telling me it's been it's been an unusually cold winter down there.
That's what Dave said, too. Yeah, he goes, it's been pretty cool.
And we're getting unusually warm here. Hey, John, how's it going?
Hey, John's here. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
What are you drinking, John?
It's a Tasmanian IPA from Shafley.
Okay. I like the can art.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice one.
Yeah, where's Shafley based out of?
Oh, shoot. I can't even remember on this one. It was... Because it says St. Louis. I thought it was somewhere else, but yeah, it says St. Louis. I thought it was somewhere else. I thought it was Mount, like New York or something, but it says St. Louis.
I don't know if I've had any beers from St. Louis, to be honest with you. Not that I can recall off the top of my head.
I know like some I know some macros that started there. Like I think Land Shark started there, and Rolling Rock I think started there.
Nice.
I think. I just remember being in Florida 10 years ago and asking for a local beer, and they gave me a Land Shark, and I didn't know any better at the time. And I look, and it's like, this is from St. Louis. That's your local beer.
Yeah, I thought Rolling Rock was Pennsylvania.
Oh, is it Pennsylvania? Okay.
I thought it was. I thought that was their big beer
Well,
out there.
Land Shark was bought out by Anheuser-Busch, which was based out of St. Louis at one point.
So maybe that's it.
But Land Shark could have been a local beer. Then
could have been.
They probably just, out of sight, out of mind with, being bought out by AmBev.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was I can't remember who it was. It was on my my doppelganger Dave I did the other day. Somebody was busting my balls about Yuengling because I go out of my way to call it Yuengling because it pisses off all my it pisses off my American friends, so I call it Yuengling, right? And the guy's like, hey, no, it's pronounced blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know. I said I pronounce it that way on purpose because it pisses off my American friends, right? But great beer. You've had Yuengling before, Alan.
Yep, and I've called it Yuengling when I've ordered it in American.
Yep. So
not on purpose.
when I was down in Florida, I came across a case of it, Alan. $20.99.
Whoa! Wow, that would be 2 Drecker beers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't get a 4-pack up here for $20.99. You guys are getting a whole case of it for $20.99 for God's sake.
That was what did we in college? Now you'll laugh because one of the token drinking beer when I was in college was Keystone. And, yeah, awful. But
it is awful.
But it was a 30 rack for like $21.
Jeez. We get that up here. I don't think I've ever had it.
Don't. I actually had, because I always say, like, well, I don't now, but back in the day I used to say, hey, if anybody's got a suggestion of a beer you want me to try, if I can get it, I will try it. So Drew suggested one day, he's like, yeah, he goes, why don't you try a Keystone Light? And I'm like, I've never had I never had a Keystone Light at that point. And so I go to the store to get one. Well, you can't buy singles. I had to buy a 6-pack. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'll have this. I tried it and I'm like, this is awful. I ended up taking the other 5 beers and I took them next time I went to Drew's house. And I'm like, here, you drink this shit. Because I ain't doing it. It was awful. It was awful.
I'd rather shoot a nip of Malort.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far.
I've got to try this Malort. Oh my god.
No, you don't, Alan.
I don't want that, Alan.
Have you had Malort, John?
No.
Have you tried Malort? Oh,
I
don't,
had
sir.
Keystone. Ugh.
Is it like strictly a Chicago thing, Malort? Because I know you guys are calling it the Chicago handshake.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. We actually saw it. We were at I think we were at Ravinia. Yeah, it was at Ravinia, and the waitress is actually bringing out 2 beers with 2 shots of Malort. I'm like, people actually order that on purpose? Like, what is wrong with them? You know?
Well, a shot I could deal with, not the whole nip and not drinking it like out of the nip.
Oh God, it was awful.
Drinking it out of the nip makes it so much worse. If you just had to shoot it, no problem. Tastes awful, but over in half a second.
Well, I mean, Brian was out on the front porch throwing up. Like, that's how bad this stuff was.
Oh, he
ran out, and he only had like this, like a, just like from the, how small the bottle is. He had from the neck part, that little teeny little sip, and he ran outside and went and
I
threw
didn't
up.
realize he acted.
Oh, so what does it taste like? Like what could you compare it to? I know it's awful.
It tastes like it's kind of herbal. So take like I don't know. Take some random herbs, and then put them on like a paper towel, like a damp paper towel, and then go drive down to Chase's house and wipe his ass with it after he's been working out all day, and then squeeze that into a shot glass. That's what it tastes like.
Wow,
it tastes like sweaty ass with herbs. It's awful. It's fucking awful.
Sweaty ass with herbs.
If you
it's so bad.
imagine Jägermeister without the licorice flavor, left out in the sun on a 100-degree day for like 48 hours, then throw it in like a rotting wooden barrel, also out in the sun for 48 hours, and then shoot it.
Okay.
Like it's so bad. I have a hard time even trying to come up with something that it tastes like. That's how bad it is. It's so
bad. John, I don't know if you saw the video where Shane brought some Malort to Drew, beer for breakfast, and
that was the best thing ever.
He didn't tell him what it was, and they were shooting it together. But Shane, you were doing like apple juice or something.
Yeah, because I had an empty bottle and I filled it up with apple juice because it's pretty much the same color as Malort, right? So yeah, I was just shooting apple juice and I gave him the Malort. It was awesome. Loved it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and see that one.
It's pretty funny.
To see Drew not like a drink is it's pretty.
But
amazing.
Drew's not a big liquor fan though. Yeah, he drank it.
True.
But Drew's not a big liquor fan. Like, he doesn't like, like he wouldn't do a shot of Jägermeister or Goldschlager or anything like that. That's not his thing. He doesn't like it.
I drank
a beer.
Too. It just took me an hour and a half.
It was awful. I drank half of mine. I took like half a shot of it, and I'm like, done. Like, and everybody's. It's funny. You get like 6 or 7 guys around the table, and they're all going, "Oh my god! What did you do to us?" Oh. Don't worry. I got a good shot for you guys when you come up in July. It's not going to be anything like freaking Malort.
It's a way to emasculate you very quickly.
Yeah, Jesus.
John, that's quite the impressive collection behind you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is my overflow.
That's the overflow.
That's the overflow.
That's not even the good stuff that he makes videos with.
Yeah, I've actually got my. Oh yeah, there we go. I got my laptop over to the side here. I just kind of expanded it so I could see what you got sitting behind you here. See if I can make anything out that I know.
A lot of them are more like the collector ones. Like I got like the Game of Thrones and some of them other ones.
It's just eyeballing those, yeah. Is that?
I like the Walking Dead.
I see a bottle of Crown Royal.
The Johnny Walker Game of Thrones, but you also have one of the other ones. Which one is it? Like, I've got the House Stark Dalwhinnie.
I have House Targaryen.
The Gold Reserve.
Okay.
The Gold Reserve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks
I have
similar.
the Targaryen.
Oh, that's what I want. Some guy got the last
that's
one.
the one, the
City.
Cargill.
That's
Oh,
just
nice.
That's what I had.
that's nice looking.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
one, the other one I
We-
had, although I don't have the canister, it was Tully. House Tully.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then this one, like from the Peaky Blinders.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Healthy company. Nice.
Yeah, I seen that one. I gotta get it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
The only other thing I have is sort of collector-ish. Not really, but it's Dos Hombres. It's mezcal made by the guys from Breaking Bad.
Is it pretty good?
Oh, okay.
That's why I know that name. Yeah, okay.
Is it actually mezcal? Is there a worm in the bottom?
There is not a worm.
That's not
But
mezcal.
it's so-called mezcal. It's like it tastes like a really nice silver tequila. Basically.
It's like I love it when people say, "Oh, yeah, I had this tequila. It had the worm in the bottom." I'm like, "That's not tequila.
It's mezcal.
Tequila does not have a worm in the bottom. I'm sorry."
It's a mealworm.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I heard I heard some guys they eat it because it's absorbed all the alcohol over time sitting in the bottom. I've never done it myself, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Even though I love tequila.
I have.
Yeah, I'm not chewing a
You've done it, John?
Yeah,
worm. Yeah.
What's it like? What's it like?
nasty.
Is it?
It's real bitter.
now,
Real bitter.
now we need to get John a shot of Malort so he can compare the two.
I guarantee you're gonna hate the Malort.
Yeah.
Even worse than that. That's how awful that is.
Yeah, my cousin challenged me. He said, "Somebody want to eat this?" He says, "Nobody will." I said, "I'll do it."
There you go.
I mean, you got a chaser, so
It's
Yeah.
like Fear Factor beer or alcohol edition. You know?
I've had some weird stuff. So
That was a great
Well,
show.
kudos to you, sir, for trying it. I mean, I wouldn't do it. That's for sure.
well, you gotta try it.
I had a bottle years ago that had the worm in it, and it's like, oh god, I don't want to do it. And then the day came, and a friend of mine just took a swig, and it just like went down. Like he couldn't chew it; he swallowed it. Oh, left. So
Oh, it's the easy way to do it, I guess.
Did he attempt to
and he
chew it?
didn't notice it. Like he wanted to chew on it. It was small, and it just went right down. So
I'm glad he didn't choke on it.
He didn't even know it was in
yeah,
there.
no kidding. Eh?
He didn't even know it was in there.
Oh no, he knew it was there.
Oh, okay.
But
Cause
it just he swigged, and it was really small. I was surprised when I got it that how small it was.
No, because I've seen some, and they're a pretty decent size. Some of them in the bottom of the bottles. You know,
Yeah, I think
and I'm like,
one I had was maybe an inch, maybe.
The one
still.
I had was
Like
it
a
was a
caterpillar.
nasty drink though, and it said on the label tequila, and it had the worm in it. So it was just really cheap tourist booze. It was awful. And then when I went down to Mexico a couple of years after that, like I just got nice tequila and brought that home. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
not breaking that. Oh, we have breaking news. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's that?
is that,
That
I thought
sounded
maybe
like that sounded like Alan's insert that he runs.
I thought it was an Amber Alert or something. I'm like, oh my god, I got to go check something.
No, Shane, if it was an Amber Alert, your soul would have left your body.
There you go. See, I'm one of these freaks that I always keep my phone on vibrate, and when it starts vibrating a lot in the middle of the night, it wakes me up. And half the time it's an Amber Alert, and I will actually sit up in bed and get my eyes adjusted and read what the Amber Alert is, because you never know, right?
Yeah.
Like it might be, and I would hate to have, some kid get whatever hurt because I was too freaking lazy and too, tired to look at the alert.
True. And
But
then
half the time it's like 300 kilometers away, and it's like I can't even do. No, it's it's in like
the
Ottawa
first
or
thing
something.
We just silenced our phone overnight. Just-
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's running through Atlanta. That's 2 or 3 hours away from me. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. But you never know, because sometimes they'll be like, Toronto is just a couple hours from me. So the alert will be in Toronto, but they'll say, oh, maybe heading to the Niagara area. Well, now it's like, oh, okay, I'll have to keep my eye out for, they usually have a description of the car and the license plate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll always try to remember that.
Yeah, Rust, it's usually like a missing person or something will come up. But
Right.
yeah.
Do you guys have a name for the peninsula that looks like a heron's head?
I don't know.
Where is it?
The one
Where
at
is
the
it?
border. The one at the border, Buffalo and Niagara Falls.
Mm.
It looks like the head of a heron.
Oh, yeah. We call that the border.
Oh, okay. Doesn't have a name. I gotcha. Look at this. You're American.
No, as far as I know, there's no name for it. But there could be. I mean, I don't know if there is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm going to say
on
no.
the other side of the country.
Yeah, I'm a whole province away.
It's only 8:30 for Alan.
It is
A whole province. Yeah, like the whole province though, because I'm in like that.
yeah.
I'm in like the southeast corner. So if I was to drive, like, people don't understand how big Ontario is. So if I started driving from my house, so like I said, I'm in the southeast corner, and I started driving for like, let's say, I don't know, 19 or 20 hours. You know what? I'm still in Ontario.
Ontario's big, I know.
Yeah,
It's huge, man.
if I were to drive to Shane's place, it would take I think 25 hours.
Holy cow!
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's
And the fastest way is actually going through the states.
You
if you
can.
dr-
Well, because it's faster.
Yeah,
It's
if
faster,
you go
right?
if you go north of the Great Lakes, I think that tacks like an extra 2 hours onto it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you go south
Yeah,
of the
it's
Great
quicker to pop back through the states. Yeah.
You could drive from Maine to Florida in that time.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
said,
funny. Canada is so spread out. Like, I mean, I guess like where you are, Shane, there's it's a little more populated, but the further
Yeah.
west, it's just like next to us, like the next major city after Winnipeg, going west. I mean, Regina is only like 200,000 people. Like,
Right.
well, you're probably like just skip Saskatchewan altogether. You're in like Calgary or something.
I thought you was going to say the
That's
next
like another-
biggest city was Calgary.
Calgary would be like a 14-hour drive. And
That's two
Yeah.
provinces over. That's why.
Wow.
And you got to drive through Saskatchewan, which feels like 7 days.
Yeah. Because
That's driving through Pennsylvania for me.
well, because Saskatchewan is dead flat, and it's just all fields. So you're driving for like hours, just driving by fields constantly, like all day long. It's like, God, kill me now.
That's
There's
what
like
it's
there's no scenery. There's no
That's
scenery
what-
at all.
That's what it's like driving through the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Montana. And I'd still rather do any one of those three instead of driving across Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's that?
It's just it's up, it's down, it's all trees. So you can't, like, at least Montana, you could see nothing but horizon. It's because it's flat and there's nothing there. It's
Right.
just plain land. But Pennsylvania it beats the ever living piss out of you.
Yeah, I've driven the Dakotas and Minnesota quite a bit. Like that's, I guess the closest major city for me to drive to would be Minneapolis, and that's like 8 hours away.
Right.
So I used to get down there a lot in like my 20s and stuff. So I did that drive a lot, and it's pretty boring. It's a pretty boring drive.
Yeah.
See, my problem is if it's more than a 4-hour drive for me, I'm lazy. I just fly. If it's more than 4 hours, I'm just flying. Oh, except for when I went to Vermont, but that was more of a road trippy kind of thing. But yeah, I just fly. I can't be bothered. I like to say I'm getting old, but I'm not really, in retrospect, not that old. But I just don't have time to drive. And like I said, going down to Florida, I'm not driving for 20 hours or whatever the hell it was. No, 2.5-hour flight. Boom, I'm there. No problem. And
well, you
cheap,
flew out of Buffalo, right? So it was probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, well, I always fly out of Buffalo if I'm going to the States because it's like 45 minutes from my house. I can get to the Buffalo airport.
Yeah.
It's not-
And yeah, it's so much cheaper. Like my flight down to Florida, I think was $130 US.
Yeah.
Return. That's return.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper to fly within the U.S. Like,
Oh, for sure.
from here down to the States, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it often enough because, you know, I'd like to travel, I like, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you travel a lot. Yeah, you travel.
But
a
you
lot,
got to
for sure.
search for deals. You gotta really I keep my eye on flight prices all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
What's,
I like to travel.
What's the price comparison going Canadian city to Canadian city for
Disgusting.
Oh, it's
Well, a couple weeks ago, Alan posted something about you were doing a comedy night, I think, Alan, and I think it was like for the next day. And I searched up the price, like to go from like Toronto, which is probably a 2 or 2.5 hour drive depending on the time of day, to Alan's house, and I think it was like what was it, Alan? It was almost $500. I think,
400
right?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
So-
can actually get pretty cheap flights between Winnipeg and Toronto, but that was pretty last minute. That's
Yeah, but even still, you're gonna pay a couple $100. Where I can fly from Buffalo to Florida for you can, depending on when you go. I mean, I've seen flights as cheap as like $60.
oh yeah.
Right.
oh yeah.
Now, mind you, I always fly Frontier, which is like a basic budget airline.
Yeah.
And people complain about Frontier, and I don't know why. Because they complain about, I don't even get water. I got to pay for water. I got to pay for... Yeah, you know what? You paid $40 to fly to fucking Florida.
Yeah.
You know, what do you want? You want water? Go to Delta and pay $300 for that exact same flight.
Shane,
You know.
they complain about Frontier because they have no legroom, and that's not an issue for you.
No, I've never had a problem with Frontier. The staff is friendly. I've never had a flight be delayed. It's always on time. And like I said, when I went down to Florida, I just had a small backpack, so I didn't even have to check any bags in. So that was free to bring on. Now, they do charge you, if you have a carry-on, which is a little bit bigger than the backpack that I had, they do charge you for that. They charge you for every piece of luggage. They charge you for everything because the flight itself is so cheap.
Yeah.
But if you're just going for like a weekend like I did, small little backpack, you jam your clothes in there, watch some YouTube videos on how to roll and fold your clothes, which I did. And I was good for the weekend. And literally like $130 US and return trip was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always try to just fly with carry-on, like whatever I can do cheap. Like, I mean, I'll do like a rolly carry-on for a longer trip, but like a weekend, I can do a backpack. I can do a backpack with a cheap flight. Like, and we have enough. I've got some really cheap flights from here to Toronto before, like $120, that kind of thing. But that's
nice.
But that's what it is. Is you pay all you can bring is a backpack. You got to pay extra. But yeah, there's enough competition out there that if you look around for it, you can usually get a pretty good deal. So,
sure.
that's
and what I did.
That's why I'll be flying into Toronto for RootTubers and then making my way from Toronto to Niagara Falls.
I'll come get you from Toronto. Wherever you land, I'll come and get you. Don't worry about that.
Or I can make my way down there. I'm sure I could figure it out.
I'll come get you. Either Ray or I will come and get you at the airport. Don't you worry about that. We'll get it figured out.
Divide and conquer.
Yep, that's it. Like I said, that's what I loved about it. You just you grab your backpack and you're gone for 3-4 days. I mean, you can fit enough clothes for a couple days in a backpack.
Well, and I'm going to do what we talked about before. I'm going to send you the beer I want to share with everybody.
Yes, and that's what I did when I went. Yeah, that's what I did when I went to Florida. I shipped down a box to Dave, and I'm like, here's the beers. Don't open them. And then when I got there, I got all the beers that I wanted to get when I was in Florida, and I just gave Dave some cash. I'm like, hey, can you mail these back to me? Here's the cash for it. Yeah. And then I don't have to worry about transporting or checking in a bag and paying $50, $60, whatever the hell it is for a bag.
Yeah, mailing the beer is probably cheaper than paying for that luggage.
Oh yeah, it's like $20 as opposed to $50 or $60.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm in no hurry. Like I'll get the beer next week sometime.
Yep.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I didn't think it was actually Drew gave me that idea when I was out in Toronto area last summer, and he was saying, "Oh, you should take this home." I said, "I'm just doing carry-on. Mail yourself beer." Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
like I'm mailing you guys beer. You're not mailing myself beer.
I've heard of people actually mailing some of their clothes. because it was cheaper to mail their clothes than to pay for a carry-on.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not risk your bag getting lost.
So Shane,
that's
here's
smart.
a bunch of beers I want to share, and my undies. So there you go.
Go back. Like I said, we're gonna. Like I said, me and Ray are gonna start to hit the breweries now and organize everything for the summer. So if anybody wants to ship anything up ahead of time, I'm gonna give you. Well, for you guys who don't have my address, I think you've got it anyway, Chase, don't you? I think
Somewhere.
it doesn't matter. I'm gonna post it up
Actually,
there.
It was
If
on
you guys
a-
want to.
the only way I have is because I tore off a little piece of the packaging the last time you sent me something. So it's
Yeah,
not
there you go.
written down anywhere.
Well,
Hopefully
whatever.
it's
I'm
still
gonna.
legible.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in that page because that's a private page anyway, so I got no problems with posting my address there. Yeah, and if you guys want to ship some up, I'll have it ready here for July, and then if you want to ship stuff back home afterwards, just leave it with me, and I'll leave me some cash, and I'll ship it down to you. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
I got no problem with that at all.
Nice. Yeah. That's
Or if you want to just stay here for next couple days and drink them all with me, that's cool too.
That's an idea. I might be sick of drinking after a few days, but
Oh, you will be. You will be for sure.
hopefully we don't have the same problem we did in Chicago because Mallory and Chu had so much extra beer.
oh yeah.
Well, it's funny because I think that stemmed from the first year where we were in Atlanta, because Brian had like a huge cooler. It was like a Gatorade cooler. It was like a cylinder kind of looking thing, and it was just full of like everyday drinkers. It had like like the Youngling. I can't let my American friends know that I pronounced that properly.
Younglings.
Yeah, so I like Younglings, and there was a bunch of like Modelo and stuff like that, like just everyday drinking at the house kind of thing, right? But we actually ran out, and we had to go out and buy more. So me and Brian's wife actually went to the gas station and picked them up.
How did you drink that much and not shoot a single video in the last 3 hours?
Because we were having such a good time. Like, guys who've never been to this well, Chase, because you've been. You kind of like, oh my God, I get to meet Shane. Oh, I get to meet Blue. I get to meet like guys you've never met before, and you get so caught up in catching up on everybody's personal life. Like, hey, Alan, what do you do for a living? Like, what do you do for hobbies? And you get so involved in that over the course of the weekend. Next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, my flight leaves in 6 hours. I haven't shot a video. Hey, Chase, come over here, Chase. I got to shoot a video. Okay, shoot one with Chase. Alan, I got to do a video with you. And by the end of that last night, you're smashed because you've just done 7 videos with a bunch of guys, and you're like, doing 8 or 9% friggin' IPAs, and but you get a good sleep on the plane though. I mean, that's the good part about it.
I'm convinced Alan owns his own theater company.
I wish.
He might. Alan, when we're done your live here, I'm going to stay on the stream because I want to talk to you about something afterwards. I have an idea for July for us.
Oh, okay.
For us, whether I can get it to work or not, we'll see. But I do have an idea.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stay on afterwards and we can chat.
I am curious. Sounds good.
It's going to be fun. If I can pull it off, it'll be fun. Anyway, guys, give me 1 quick minute. I will be right back. Enjoy, and I'll see you in a minute.
Oh, John's on his next beer. What you
Go on a
got?
break.
Shotgun Wedding. I love that.
Oh, that's
Country
cool.
Boy Brewing. This one, it was from somewhere in Kentucky.
Brown ale.
Aged on vanilla beans.
That's
Nice.
gonna be good.
That sounds really good.
It's not too bad. It's pretty good. Only 5.5, so it's not strong or anything.
It's weird when you see something aged and it's under 6%. It's like, well, I guess they stayed true to the style, even though they aged it.
Yeah.
I saw something once. It was like an aged saison or something that's like traditionally very, very low, and like the bump it got from aging only brought it to like 6.
Oh, wow.
I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. It probably started at like 3.
There was one on yeah.
I got a kick out of that.
Well, I'm curious what this 6-year-old beer I'm doing tomorrow is going to be like.
Oh no!
It was aged and then put into these bottles and aged for another 6 years.
Yeah, there's this one. My mom brought this back when she was down there. She got it with the other one. It's this
nice.
Kentucky one. This one's it was like 8. Yeah, 8.2. You know, so it's a little bit higher than the other one.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. The red and green one.
Yeah, this is where is it? I know it's Kentucky, but I don't remember exactly where in Kentucky. Yeah, I can't see it, especially without my glasses. This is really small.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where exactly are you based out of, John?
Western Michigan.
Okay.
Oh. When he had the St. Louis beer before, I'm thinking, oh, is that from St. Louis? That's cool.
Yeah. No, we got tons and tons of breweries around here. Tons of them.
Michigan's on the map. Michigan's on the map for breweries.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Rapids, there's just tons of stuff. Even like where I'm at, like out like New Holland. You ever heard of New Holland Brewery?
Mm-hmm.
Like
New Holland. Yeah, New Holland. Yep.
Yeah.
Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Grand Rapids is ranked near the top of breweries per capita.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it's
they
up
say
there, yeah.
it's Beer City.
Yeah. Not total breweries, but breweries per capita.
Yeah.
So how close is that to where you are?
That's where I actually grew up. Right now, I'm probably about 20 minutes. I can jump on the highway pretty quick. I'm closer to Lake Michigan.
Okay.
Right outside of Holland.
Okay. Yeah, I spent a weekend in Detroit a number of years ago, and the only other part of the state we visited was a town called Frankenmuth.
Yeah.
It was like a German
tourist
village kind of place.
Yeah, Christmas Town and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. They had a beer museum.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty cool. I've never actually been there. My wife's been there many times. I've never been there.
Okay. It was a cute little place. I mean, we went there in like, I don't know, September, October. It was still a little too early to see a Christmas store, but they had the world's largest Christmas store.
Yeah.
And supposedly the oldest brew pub in the U.S. Like the oldest place that brewed beer and had a full service menu. So,
wow.
And all I remember about that place was having a beer that was infused with chili pepper. And I had it in a flight, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't so bad." And I was just drunk enough to say, "I'll take a pint of that." Stupidest. I didn't even finish half that pint. That was just ridiculous.
It was that hot.
That is awesome. I love that.
Really.
Oh, I was just drunk enough, and I didn't come close.
Well, I guess Shane just cracked a beer, so I'm gonna crack one more. I'm gonna see what I can.
I did. I just cracked another one of these. That's all.
What you got?
Another
Homebrew.
That's my homebrew, John.
Oh, cool.
Alan's actually had one. I shipped one out to him a little while ago.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, I wish you would have tried the iteration I did before this. I was telling the guys, John, we did a live review of it. I try and change this recipe just a little teeny bit every time I make it. It's a cross between a golden ale and a session IPA. So I try and tweak it a little bit. And this last one I just did here, the one that I'm drinking, I kind of, instead of going up like this, I kind of went, down a little bit. So I got to go back to my last recipe because that one was almost perfect. And I was trying to make it perfect. And maybe I was just trying to be just too perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to the recipe I had before. Thankfully, I keep all my notes, so I know what to brew next time.
I've got to work in the morning, and I'm like, oh, I'll do this beer. Oh no, that's 9%. I'll do this beer. Oh no, that's 7%. I found one that's 5.6, and I've not tried this before, but I know Shane tried it because I sent one to him, and he did a video on this not long ago.
Oh yes, yes, I remember that one.
Company peanut butter porter. So, gonna try.
I'm curious about that place. That was one of the places Mallory and Chu went to. And,
that's right, yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that they tried that I was like, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, I remember commenting on their video. It's like, you're only a 4-hour drive from me.
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on.
exactly.
Almost forgot.
How could you forget? Here, let me help you.
I can't.
Let me help you. There you go.
I can't do the shit-click thing because mine's on the back of my computer.
Oh, see, that's why you gotta get like a, I don't know, something. Just scan it and print it off, Chase, and then stick it on a tape it to the back of a straw or something, or use a thing like I've got here.
Technically hard for
That'll take a
that,
minute,
although I
but-
don't know how he would have slow poured it, but he did hard.
That'll take a minute to settle. But, yeah, well, I always hard pour my stouts and porters, but actually that's settling.
So, Alan, is that going to dribble down your beard because stormtroopers can't aim?
Maybe. You know, and now they have this glass out, I think, Chase, you got to do the scream again.
That's R2D2 if I ever heard it. I swear to God.
Yeah, we were just watching Star Wars movie recently, and it was just like every time that scream, I just laugh. I love that R2D2 scream.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Right?
yeah.
I know what he's going through right now because I tried this just a couple weeks ago, so I know exactly what he's going through right now.
There is so much happening on the nose here. Wow, like definitely get the banana. Like
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
wow. And the peanut butter, banana mostly, but get the peanut butter too, and even chocolate as well. Oh, this smells like the best dessert ever. Oh man! All right, cheers, guys.
Try it, Alan. I can't wait. I can't wait because I know what this tastes like. I can't wait.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh man, that is good. Wow, that banana.
Right?
Oh, we were talking about banana beer earlier. That one from Fairweather. This is like
Yep.
what the banana was like. Like it doesn't taste like candied or artificial. Like it's just
Right.
there's banana in this. It tastes,
Yeah, it's an actual banana flavor. Yeah, it doesn't taste artificial at all, which is nice.
yeah, man, that's really good.
It is good.
And
It's a good beer.
I've had this kicking around for a while. My trip to Fargo was like back in October. I still hadn't tried this. I don't know why I sat on that for so long. But
Well, kind of like I still got the 2 beers that you sent me friggin' 2 or 3 months ago sitting in the fridge still. And that's why I cracked open this one. I'm like, these are just sitting around. 'Cause I still have the that brown ale, the Shake That Thing or whatever the hell it's called.
oh yeah.
I got that one still, and then I still have that fog machine.
Yeah.
The fog machine from Kilter, which I'm actually really excited about.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
love that.
Oh,
Oh, for sure.
I should.
Sucrum's Kilter, they both crush it in Winnipeg, man. They got some good stuff going on down there.
Fog. If you want fog, I don't know how I get one because they're in Connecticut, but I would have to have somebody ship it to me, and then I would have to ship it to you.
Well, it just so happens I happen to know a young lady that lives in Connecticut.
Oh, Kitty Vanessa lives there, doesn't she?
That's right. Vanessa lives in Connecticut.
That's
I didn't
right.
know
Ask her to get you fog by Abomination.
Hey, I'm already putting too much pressure on that woman. I have her searching for a bottle of Utopias for me.
That woman could build a house out of a twig. There's no pressure on her.
I know, right? Right? She's so awesome. I love having her. Like, she always shows up on my lives on Friday nights.
Yeah.
When I do my on my separate channel. Hey, there she is. She just popped into the chat. I just saw her pop up. Here we are just talking about Vanessa, and I was gonna say what an awesome person I think you are, and hey, there she is.
Have you been there the whole time,
She
Vanessa?
felt the chill. She felt the chill go down her spine.
Well, she knew I was talking about her because I always speak very highly of Vanessa. I think she's just, like I said, I've never met her in person, but she just seems like just such an incredible person that has done so much in her life, and is just so creative. And I can't wait to meet this woman. I'm so excited to meet her.
And a regular feature on your Friday Night Lives.
She's always on my Friday Night Live, and she always has some very interesting things to say. She contributes just some amazing things, and I'd absolutely love having her on my live every week. It's so awesome.
Vanessa, I have a request for you to send Shane. You need to get him a 4-pack of Abomination Fog.
There you go. On top of the Utopias.
Utopia, isn't that like $400?
Yeah, but I can't buy it up here. And Vanessa thinks she can get it for me, so she's been looking, and I appreciate even her just spending the time to try and find it. Because
this would be a more attainable mission.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
like I said, last year my beer goal was Heady Topper. You know, the highest rated IPA in the world. So me and my buddy Matt drove 9.5 hours up to, I don't want to say down to Vermont, because actually Vermont's north of where I live, believe it or not. Yeah, so we drove for 9.5 hours just so I could try Heady Topper. So I got last year's beer goal in the books, and this year's beer goal is Utopias.
Wow.
I want the king. I want the king of beers. Like, I want to go right to the top.
TK had it before, right?
Yeah, well, they paid $400 for theirs.
Yeah.
Anderson picked that up when he was on tour someplace.
Yeah, and I don't think either one of them liked it, or like they liked it, but they weren't blown away by it.
They didn't $400 like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's one of those things. Like when you get a beer that is that rare and that exclusive, you're gonna get guys like us. Like it's mostly beer review guys or beer aficionados that are going to go for that beer. It's not going to be your average Joe that buys, like 3 cases of Laker Ice a week and drinks them.
That's true.
Drew.
Oh, here.
Yeah. It's not going to be those guys. It's going to be the guys who are looking for that. Because I don't, much like you guys, you probably come across this, in the course of your regular day. People go, "Oh, you're a beer reviewer," so they automatically assume that you're just a drunk, and that and that you drink all the time. And I don't. I literally have just a couple beers a week. Like, if I have 4 beers in a week, like on a regular, if I'm doing videos or just casually drinking, that's like a lot for me. Yeah. Like, I don't drink beers constantly all week like everybody thinks you do.
Yeah. You might you have like a day where you drink 4 of them, you shoot 4 videos, and then you go a week with drinking nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
yeah. Like I had like 2 weeks where I wasn't feeling good. I didn't drink at all. I was feeling pretty sick, but I had banked a bunch back when I was off for a bunch of time over the holidays. Like I was off for a week and a half. So I had like a couple days there where I would do 4 beer reviews. That took me like halfway through January.
Right.
Just great.
It's if you noticed on my channel, like I've slowed down my channel a whole lot. Like I'm not doing a beer review like every day or every 3 days, because I'm trying to go more along the lines of that last video I did where I was flying down to Florida with the really bad clickbait friggin' title on it. I know Vanessa got scared. She thought I was quitting YouTube, and I'm like, no, but I had it set up like that because I wanted people to think I was quitting YouTube. No, I wasn't quitting YouTube. I was quitting winter, right?
I was quitting winter.
Yeah, but the way that, like I said, the way that was shot, like I was kind of like, I had the cameras at different angles and had a story to it, a little bit of cinematography, much like Alan did for his All By Myself video, which is still probably some of the best cinematography I've ever seen out of a beer review. And I know you didn't shoot that yourself. Catherine did that for you.
Catherine, that was all Catherine. Yeah.
That was just so beautifully shot. Like, it was like, holy crap, Alan. Like, I almost wanted to go sit in the corner and cry. Like, I'm not the best editor anymore.
The only shot I shot was the one where her hand comes from behind the tree to give me a beer.
The beer tree.
That was me holding the camera.
But that was still awesome.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, "Oh, look, it's Chew."
That could have been me.
That might have been you, yeah.
Well, see, I'm glad somebody liked it, Vanessa. Thanks.
That All By Myself was such a fun project. And it took me forever to film my stuff. Like, I was just like, oh, I don't have ideas. And like, finally, when I had like 2 weeks left to get it to you, it's like, okay, I've got to do something. And it just all kind of came together that day, right? So.
Right. And that's why I give everybody so much time. Like, I think I put the announcement out in May-ish. Mm-hmm. And then it was like end of September. Like, you guys have all summer because, like I said, I wanted to make sure guys who go camping, like, hey, I'm going to go camping in August and I have a great location to shoot this video, but I can't do it until August, and here it is May. So I want to give everybody lots of time, and I'm expecting some really super awesome stuff this year. because everybody's seen what everybody's been doing over the past, last year. The first season was just me, so that was kind of stupid. But with the last one that we did, it was like top-notch stuff. Everybody did some really cool stuff.
No, Shane, the raw chicken that you did is still, I love that.
On the first one.
Yeah. You shot
it. Hey, look, I shot this grouse that looks nothing like a chicken. I mean, they're the same almost, aren't they? A chicken and a grouse, or I mean, grouse is this big, a chicken is this big.
Yeah.
I can't believe we had two bear attacks. Like, how did that happen?
A grouse would feed Drew for half a second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was funny, just like I said, as the videos came in, because I get to see them before anybody else does, and I literally watch them 100 times each, trying to, like, when I'm editing and stuff, kind of get them together. But it was just really cool. Like I said, I think I got did I get yours first, Alan? I can't remember.
Mine came pretty late.
Oh, so I must have shot the one with Matt then first, where he gets killed by the bear.
Yeah, because as soon as, like, hours after I sent you mine, you said, you're not going to believe this, but I just shot something really similar. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and same thing with the beer tree. Like, you did the beer tree. You played off the beer tree that I did the year before, and then my buddy Jeremy did the beer tree as well.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool, but I don't know if I told you guys. I probably did. The beer tree is banned next year.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's too easy, I think, and it's like I said, it's been done. Like, I did it in the first season. You and Jeremy did it in season 2. So season 3, I'm just gonna, like, hey guys, no beer tree. Come up with something else. Like, I don't care what you come up with, just no beer tree. Just to change up a little bit.
What's the cider tree? I don't know.
That's almost like a beer tree, though. I want guys to be creative when they do this and just come up with some funny stuff, right?
I had a take on it in my head a couple weeks ago, and now I can't for life of me think of what I thought of. So, welcome to my life.
And it took me, like, I bet you a good month or month and a half, Chase. Like, that one scene where you're standing in front of the berry patch or whatever the hell it is, and Chase grabs the berries and he starts eating them. My wife actually pointed it out to me. I didn't even notice it until, like, literally I've watched this video 100 times, and she's like, "Oh, he's just got some grapes in his hand," and I'm like, "What?" And I watched it, and I'm like, he's got grapes in his head ahead of time. Like, I had no idea. I'm like, I'm such an idiot. How did I not notice
what those things were growing in my backyard? I wasn't going to eat them.
I honestly thought you pulled them off and I thought they were maybe just some kind of blackberry or something. But the berries on the tree were, like, dark, and the grapes you were eating were green. And I'm such an idiot. I didn't even realize it for, like, literally, I watched that video 100 times trying to edit everything, and I didn't even notice it.
That's crazy.
Didn't even notice it. Yeah, it was awesome. I laughed. I just laughed at myself for being stupid. 'Cause that's what I like to do. I just laugh at myself for being stupid.
Well, I'm glad I fooled you.
Oh, so there you go. Check out Vanessa's comment. What a great idea that is. A brick wall with secret compartments.
Nature's advent calendar.
Oh, there you go, Chase. There you go. I'm not even going to use that. That's all yours. So nobody. If anybody does anything about what Chase just said right there, do not do that. That is his idea. Do not do it.
We know where it came from.
That's right. Because I can always go back and reference it. I'm like, no, that was Chase's idea. You stealing bastards. You plagiaristic bastards.
Yeah. You're going to have to put a, what is it? Not an appendix.
Put, like, a copyright on it and just say,
yeah.
All this, all this.
Like when I put Shake Cam trademark in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
trademark 2023.
Calendar, you have to do an advent calendar song. That's
That's true. That's true. I've actually I probably could, because I've written 2 of them. One of them you guys have heard. The other one you haven't heard yet because I'm still waiting for it to be mixed. But at least one of them you've heard, so I can write lyrics.
That's it. Oh, you could just do play the Bob and Doug McKenzie Christmas song. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a beer.
I feel like I've heard that before.
It's very, very Canadian. Very Canadian.
It's basically our national anthem.
Pretty much.
I don't think one of my old jobs, I don't think he ever came to the studio. Maybe he did once, but Bob McKenzie did join our studio show for a good half a season into the playoffs one year.
Oh wow. My like Rick Moranis, like actual Bob McKenzie.
Yeah, from TSN.
Oh,
That's Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about Bob McKenzie, a character, not the real person.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, up here, Bob McKenzie he's a sports commentator on TSN.
Yeah. That's why
I always laugh. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, there is actual Bob McKenzie that's a sports broadcaster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
See, I was with you, Alan. I was going to Rick Moranis on that one.
Yeah, that's what I thought for sure.
Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas.
Apparently, I was this close to being named Doug. I'd be Doug McKenzie, but my older siblings stepped in and told my parents they hated the name. So
Nice.
I would have
like
been
that.
Doug McKenzie. Yeah.
Then your theme song would have been do do do
That'd be awesome.
Needless to say, they were heroes of mine as a young boy.
And you'd have to have Ken on the show. We're like, hey, I'm Doug McKenzie. This is my friend Bob. How's it going, eh? Just like they used to do it, right?
There's one I haven't seen them in years, but I was watching one over Christmas time. It was their Christmas episode where they gave each other gifts. Oh, I got you a gift, eh? Oh, it's beer! Oh, it's beer! They gave each other smokes and beer.
Now,
smokes and beer.
If you were to do that, though, would you stage it as Ken being a hand puppet, or would you stage it as Ken being Santa Ken?
Oh, it'd have to be Santa Ken, yeah.
Santa Ken, yes. Good old Santa Ken. That'd be cool. We should do that, Alan. You know what? We should do that because I'm going to have the green screen in July set up. We should do that. We should do a Bob and Doug McKenzie kind of spin on a beer review.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to do because nobody's done that yet, I don't think. So nobody steal that. Nobody steal that. I'm saving that for July.
You're good. I don't even know who that is.
Oh my dude!
I thought you were talking about a sportscaster the whole time.
Oh. John,
Bob and Doug McKenzie, man.
You know Bob and Doug McKenzie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see? John knows who they are. How come you don't, Chase?
Shoot, that was like
when was it
80s.
on TV? Well, that's why. That was
Oh, you know what? Chase is too young. That's why.
Oh, probably, yeah.
That was before his time.
Because SCTV was on American TV for a while, but yeah, I would have been like 10 when that was on. So
that was the decade of my birth, so I definitely did not see it.
There you go. Well, if you go on YouTube and just type in Bob and Doug McKenzie or Great White North, one of the two, or both of them, you'll come up with a bunch of clips of their SCTV stuff. And if you get really lucky, you'll get stuff off the actual album that they had, the Great White North.
thank you. Vanessa remembers it.
Yeah, see, Vanessa remembers. See? She's all the way down there in Connecticut, for God's sakes, and she remembers it.
And Bob and Doug's album, they had a song called Take Off with guest vocals by Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee, that's right.
Rush.
Who got paid $10 for that appearance.
Wow.
$10.
Well, I don't know if it was actually $10, but before they actually do the song, they're talking about it. And one of the guys says to Geddy, he's like, did you bring the lyric sheet with you? And Geddy's like, yeah, I memorized it, blah, blah, blah. And then there said something about, did our lawyers get in contact with you? And Geddy Lee's like, well, yeah, well, $10 is $10. So he made it sound like he was doing this thing for them for $10 kind of thing, right?
$10 and a beer.
Yeah, that's it. Good old, well, back in the day, it was Molson Canadian that they had cases of Molson Canadian on the set, right? So.
And the way you get a free, like my buddy Mitch chimed in with what I was just about to talk about, link to a mouse in the bottle for a free beer. Yeah, that was how Bob and Doug would get a free case of beer because they would sneak a mouse into one of their bottles and they bring it back to the beer store and go, look, there's a mouse in my beer.
I was gonna say,
That's right.
I thought that was like a take on the mezcal worm.
It's the Labatt mouse is what it is.
Yep, that's it.
So is the Labatt versus Molson a real thing, or is that just an urban legend?
At one time, it's not really anymore.
Yeah, it used to be like before craft really took off. It was just all macros. Labatt and Molson was a big war. I mean, because that's all you could buy. You could buy like Labatt Blue and the light versions of anything of Labatt, and Molson Canadian and all its little versions. And that was the two big. It was the big giants back in like the 80s, 90s, right?
And you can get the odd other beer, but it was usually owned by one of those two companies. Like Club Beer was owned by Labatt, and
right.
Like there were regional beers, but it all basically went back to those two. But then Labatt ended up. Were they bought out by Budweiser or?
Does Budweiser not own? Do they not own everything now? Like God,
it's actually not that easy to find Labatt here now in a lot of places. Like I know the odd place that'll carry it, but generally here you're more likely to see Budweiser on tap or in a bar in a fridge in a bar than you're going to see Labatt.
Right.
And it's different Budweiser than our Budweiser.
Yeah.
Drew did that video.
It's different water, different recipe. Like even the ABV is usually slightly different on all of them. I'm just reading Vanessa's comment here. I've had Labatt and Molson in the past. Which one is your favorite out of the two? Choose your words very carefully, young lady.
The last time I had a Labatt Blue was actually in the States, and it was quite a long time ago. Oh no, that's not true. I had one last year here at the Fringe Festival. That was the first one I had in a long time because we do our shows out of a Legion, which carries like old beer. It carries like old brands of beer. That right.
I'm going to assume after you drank your Labatt Blue, you moved on to something else.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
He just had to get it out of his system.
Yeah, but I had one I was at a hockey game in Detroit a number of years ago, and they had Labatt Blue, and it was just like it's so novel to me to have coming from Canada where I don't drink Labatt Blue, and going to the States, and it's like, oh, they have Labatt. Well, I'll have one. It's like, why did I get this? Like, yeah.
Was
that I turned the corner and there's like a craft beer section of the arena. Come on.
That's interesting because there's nothing novel to me about having a Bud Light.
No. I will not drink Bud Light, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the whole thing, really.
It's
but I always tell people that Bud Light is a perfect beer for people who don't like the taste of beer.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't. That and Mick Ultra, they don't taste like beer. They're just.
I drink an Ultra before I drink a Bud Light, though.
I would too, for sure.
Well, I mean, an Ultra is like so, yeah. An Ultra is like crazy light. Like that's a beer you could probably chug.
Yeah, I should. Damn it! I should have done that. See, I should have thought ahead.
Chug.
Should have thought ahead, but I wanted to be one of the first to get on that chug challenge because I knew mine was going to be pathetic. So everybody else was going to look better than mine. That's why I wanted to be first. So
a Bud Light would take you 2 seconds because that's like water.
I don't know. I had a 5% Czech lager, and it took me 1 minute and 23 seconds to chug it.
No,
because I'm not a chugger.
I gotta go watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Mitch says I never called Labatt novel either. No, it seemed funny at the time when I bought it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back in a second, guys. Cheers.
Shane, you would disgrace this hat.
I gotta dig around. I might actually have an Ultra kicking around. That might be my chug challenge.
I love the sloth. Hazy but lazy.
Yeah, it's New England.
Oh, let's see that haze.
Oops, wrong way.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have brought some cups in here with me. I can't really see it, so.
Oh.
You know? I don't got no glasses in here. They're all out there, and I don't know, my son and daughter-in-law are out by my bar watching TV.
No, I get that. All my glassware is mostly packed away in bins at the moment. So
I love that your overflow room looks so impressive and like a bar, though. Like,
right?
Like that's insane.
It does.
But yeah, you're right, Chase. I did catch that bit. I would put that hat to shame because I would never get one. I'd never get one. But I did watch a video maybe a few days ago. It must have been on TikTok or maybe it was a Facebook Reels or something like that. And it was a guy and he had a little table set up. And it was like basically you paid $20 to try and out chug this guy, but he chugs like he chugs like TK does. It's like so the guys would put their $20 up, and the guy would literally sit there and wait until the guy put the cup to their glass, and he was like,
yeah, I know.
And then he'd sit there and wait.
Yeah.
He'd sit there and wait for the guys.
Ronnie Deutsch or something like that. I think that's his name.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not sure what the name was, but I'm just watching this guy. I'm like, that is just stupid. That's how TK chugs.
Yeah.
I know a few people who can just open it up and it's gone.
Yeah. Like I said, TK does that. He's amazing. He just like, oh my god, like how do you do that?
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't even chug a light beer, and TK's probably he could grab an 8% double IPA and just be like, done. Yeah. See you later.
Open his throat and down it goes.
Yeah, move away, little girl. Well, let me show you how this is done. That's basically what he does.
I'm not. I wouldn't call myself very fast, but I'm like fast-ish.
Well, it's an art, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a skill for sure. It's something you have to learn and practice a bit. And obviously, I have not done either.
You study the other chuggers, like some of them will just it just goes straight back and down, and other ones you can see them their throat doing the gulping motion.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, you watch somebody do like a beer bong.
Some will do that too. Yeah.
Because I did one in Florida. It was like 8 beers, and it took me like 40 seconds, and I could not move for like an hour. I just kept feeling like I was going to throw up, but it went down.
Yeah.
I mean, it went down
Shane wouldn't be able to move for a day.
No, it was
at least
horrible.
At least.
Horrible. But
That's probably more liquid than Shane holds his whole body.
Yeah, pretty much. I know, John, you can't tell, but I'm actually a pretty small guy. Most of the guys, like when I meet guys like Alan and Chase, they're like, "Oh shit, you really are small, dude."
Well, I seen you next to Dave and Brian.
Yeah, well, I'm only like, I'd like to say I'm 5'6", but I'm probably only 5'5" in all reality. Yeah, it's a pretty small guy.
And Brian's not that tall either.
No, Brian's stocky though. I mean, we're talking, former Marine, so he's got some girth to him, right?
Brian's got mass.
If you stand the right way, though, you guys would look like a set of stairs.
Yes, that's true. Have Dave, Brian, me, right? Dave, Brian, me.
Well, you were actually sitting between 2 Marines then.
Dave's like
Yeah.
what, 5'8", 5'9", probably.
Yeah, Dave's probably like 5'9", maybe 5'10" ish.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that. Yeah, probably. I'll give him 5'10", just benefit of the doubt. So if I'm 5'6", I would say Brian's maybe 5'8". He's only a couple inches taller than I am.
Yeah.
But just like he's a pretty solid dude, right? Like I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Yeah.
Okay, Vanessa says she's pretty tall. How tall? Where would you be on the set of stairs?
But Vanessa is like, if before she punched, don't punch it in yet, Vanessa. I think Vanessa is 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Which day base supply at the bases I was stationed at. Oh, sorry, 6'3" barefoot. I was close.
6'3". So she would be the top stair.
She would be.
She's a top stair.
She would be the top stair, but she would need like Shoe or Blue Ice to be before her.
Oh, Blue Ice is like 6'100" though.
No.
It's a big step from Dave to Vanessa. Would be a pretty big step.
I always tell everybody that Blue Ice is 6'100". He's a tall dude.
6'100" because he's lanky.
He is lanky. But what a super cool dude. I'm really sad he's not going to be able to make it up in July.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's really looking forward to meeting him. Yeah.
He's a super cool dude. Hey, Alan, anytime you want to fly down to fucking Brian's house, because Brian only lives like across the city from him.
Oh,
you
really?
Let me know. Yeah. They live,
I was kind of thinking maybe maybe not sometime because we have direct flights to Atlanta now.
Yeah, so I do too. I'll just pop across to Buffalo and I can fly from Buffalo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Don't
Is
leave
it Blue?
Don't leave me in the dark on that trip because I'm only about a couple hours away.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll have a bunch of us. We'll all show up at Brian's because Brian always says the Hardport Pub is always open.
Always open. It's
And
always hard.
always hard.
Come down. It's always hard. Come down anytime. I mean, I would never show up unannounced at anybody's house, whether it's my neighbor or whoever. It doesn't matter. I always like, hey, I'm gonna come over, next weekend, kind of thing. But
Also,
yeah, that'd
Drew,
be cool.
You were coming over when you brought Brian.
What's that?
Did
Drew knew I was. He knew I was coming,
You just
Okay.
didn't know you had Brian.
and I all I told Drew was like, I told him, I said, I think I told him I was going to go visit my dad because my dad lives in London, which is on the other side of Brantford.
Mhm.
So quite often I will stop in at Drew's house on my way back home just to say hi, have a quick beer with him. And I said, hey man, I said I'm going to come into town. I said I picked you up something really cool. I said, are you going to be home? Whatever day it was, Saturday or something like that. He's like, yeah, I'll be home. I'm like, okay, great. I said, I'm just visiting my dad, and I picked you up something really, really awesome. And then of course you guys saw the video, and I did the whole video of him doing that. But like I said, the best part was like, oh, what he thought it was Alan. He thought I was bringing Alan.
Alan.
And all I could think was, gee,
Thing like, oh my god, it's not me. It's not
well,
me.
the worst part was I'm thinking, I tried to put myself in Brian's shoes, and I'm like, he's waiting for this surprise, and he says, oh, is it Alan? I'd be like, fuck you, buddy. I'm not Alan, But Brian's so like level,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
That-
Funny as
no-
hell though.
No one's probably ever seen Brian lose his shit.
I don't want to. I do not want that. He doesn't look like. I mean, you look at him like, hey, he's kind of stocky, short, but I think that guy could just mess you up really bad. And I do not want to see that side of him, ever.
You got that, Brian? Brian hasn't been here tonight. I haven't seen him.
I
chime
think
in.
you could. I think you would see TK pissed off faster than you would see Brian pissed off.
I think you're right. Yeah, Brian's really easy. Not that TK is not an easygoing guy, because he is, But nobody's gonna fuck with TK. Like he's a good sized guy. He is a good sized man. And you just like, yeah, I ain't messing with that at all.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go near that.
And he's
Right.
from Philly, so double no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and when you're my size, you don't mess with anybody. Like, you don't mess with TK. You don't mess with Brian. You don't mess with 12-year-old girls because they will mess you up when you're my size. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Right? Like especially the 12-year-old girls. I mean, they're mean, man. It's like, hey, you look a little young to be, because they're standing on the corner smoking a cigarette trying to be cool. It's like, hey, you're a little young to be smoking. Hey, fuck you, I'll cut you, bitch. And he's like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna move over here.
Shane's not so nice because he's Canadian. He's so nice because he's 5'2".
There you go. That's right.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. God. I mean, I've always been brought up to be polite anyway. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. But
Yeah, I guess it is a Canadian thing. Although I know a lot of rude Canadians. But
Oh, a lot of it.
there's but are they Canadians or are they new Canadians?
no, yeah, could be.
New Canadian.
Can you actually jump back to that last comment, Alan? Sorry, I saw it at the bottom there.
Yeah, sure. This one here, I just learned about
Yes.
the hard.
Do you not watch my channel, Vanessa? Like that is all I do. I don't know if you're familiar with my channel at all, John. I hard pour everything. If it's a stout, I hard pour it. If it's a lager, I hard pour it. If it's a sour, I hard pour everything.
Yeah,
How do you
sometimes
not know
pay
what the hard
price.
pour? Well, it's a long, yeah. It like I said, I never used to hard pour until I actually went down to Atlanta last summer because Brian hard pours everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you hard pour everything, man? And at that time, that was just after that I found out I have a stomach problem. Whatever, it's not important. But Brian said, well, he goes, I'm not in a hurry to drink my beer, and he goes that hard pouring it actually brings up more aroma, and aroma is actually 70% of what you taste in anything. And I actually looked up. I'm like, oh, that's actually a true fact. Like that's So I started doing it for a while. And I'm like, yeah, this is great because you're not getting that bloatiness in your stomach, which I need to avoid for, like I said, for my little stomach thing. But yeah, and now I just love it. And just like the visual of, I mean, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not 20 years old. I don't need to sit and take 20 Coors Light and drink them as fast as I can to impress my friends. You know, now I want a good quality beer and just sit and enjoy it. And if I have to wait for 4 or 5 minutes for the head to subside, I'm good with that. You know,
She just
like I said,
name dropped. She just name dropped the legend.
no, watch your channel. I found you recently. I went to hard pour was from Left Hand Nitro Stout. I've not had a Left Hand Nitro Stout, and I know you've talked about that several times, Vanessa. I've tried the Dragon's Milk, which I know is your favorite.
That's not Left Hand. That's New Holland.
No, but she likes the Dragon's Milk. I think that's her favorite stout, if I'm not mistaken.
Dragon's Milk
could be
White
wrong.
is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Vanessa's she's a big stout lover. She loves her stouts. I mean, who doesn't love a
Can
stout?
you not be?
I mean, stouts
Yeah.
kind of have to be hard poured, right? Like that's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Chase always says, there's no such thing as stout season.
Every season
That's right.
is South.
Every season is stout season. Sorry, that's it. Every season is stout season.
There's no such thing as South season.
Sorry, you knew what I meant. Hey. Boop. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, every season is stout season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink as many stouts in the summertime, but I'll still have one once in a while. Like,
Oh, sure. I do, because I just, you pick up a can at the store. It's like, oh, there's a stout there I haven't seen before. You grab it and you drink it. I got no problem drinking a stout or a porter on a hot summer day.
yeah.
That's right. And for the most part, you're reviewing the beer indoors anyway in air conditioning. What do you care?
Well, no, summer I try and do as many outdoors as I can, because I'm like I always tell people, I'm the worst Canadian ever.
Because it only lasts 2 weeks and then it snows.
Yeah, like when it gets below like plus 15 Celsius, like I just turn into a little girl. It's too cold, and I cry like a little bitch.
What's plus 15? 50?
30, 60, 62, somewhere in there. Like once it gets below that, I just turn into just a big baby. I'm like the worst Canadian ever. Like I don't snowboard, I don't ski, I don't go ice skating. I don't toboggan, which I probably would do if if Chase came up and said, "Hey, let's go tobogganing," I'm like, "Yeah, let's go."
And
But,
then you wind up
other
in
than
a
that-
tree.
Yeah, that's part of the danger of tobogganing. It's not the safest sport in the world, or safest. I shouldn't say it's a sport. Pastime, I guess.
Not the hill by where I grew up. You had about 7 feet between the bottom of the hill and the tree line.
Perfect. When you're a kid, you don't care.
You had to learn
So
how to
you
stop
say
that thing very quickly.
When you say the hill where you grew up, here we had one hill.
It's that
It's like,
flat
when you
out
say the hill, it's the hill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Manitoba's pretty flat. I mean, it's not Saskatchewan flat, but it's
It's still
Manitoba's
pretty
pretty flat. Yeah, it's still pretty flat there.
I can't picture Canada, any part of Canada as flat because all I think of is trees.
But it's still flat.
I know, but you can't tell.
Fair enough.
It's not
From-
like drive
from
across
where I
Montana,
live-
Shane.
basically until like Calgary, it's just flat.
Yeah, it's super flat and super boring. It's an awful drive if you have to drive that far.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Northern, like further up north in Saskatchewan, it's not bad, but that like going like from Winnipeg to Calgary is horrible. If I have to drive to Edmonton, it's not so bad because you have to go further north, and there's like, the scenery changes every once in a while. Oh, my friend Mitch makes a good point. We do have 2 hills. That's right. Yeah, and they're both old garbage dumps. That's basically all our hills are.
Yeah.
It's just-
That's usually what it ends up being when you're looking for a hill, right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
in fact, one of them is like just known as Garbage Hill and has a sign on it, like in the style of the Hollywood sign that says Garbage Hill.
You You got
That's
to
awesome.
do a
That's the
review.
big Winnipeg
Yeah.
tourist attraction.
You have to do a
That is
review
awesome.
in front of it. You have to do a review in front of it. Be like, hey, I went to Hollywood.
I should do a review there. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't done a review there. Because it's a brewery, like a 5-minute walk or less from there.
Well, there you go. That's an
Yeah.
idea for you can do. Maybe have like some kids tobogganing in the background. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Or
I
have
need to do that
Shane
one.
tobogganing in the background.
Oh, if I could go out there and get on that toboggan so Alan could video it, I would be there for sure. That would be awesome. What's Vanessa saying here?
I heard toboggan up to Alaska.
Got to teach my coworkers how to ride them. Yeah, it's surprising, especially like more southern people wouldn't know how to ride them, I guess, right? Because they don't have snow. What do you got there, John? Danger
Voodoo
Beach.
Ranger.
It's a Voodoo
Beach.
Ranger without the Voodoo
Oh.
Ranger on it.
Ooh.
He's not on.
Where is he?
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there he is. There he is.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry. Let me see where I got it.
You had me panicking there for a second, Chase. I'm like, what? Voodoo Ranger with no Voodoo Ranger? What the hell?
This is different. There's nothing to describe it, but it's different.
Different in what way?
Gosh, it's hard to even explain. It's
I love beers like that.
not really fruity, but almost. You know, but
Okay.
it's. I'm trying to think of what.
It like gets to that part where you can't decide whether it's hoppy and piney or fruity and juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a different. It's throwing me off right now.
So, I love coming across a beer like that, like something you're not, like the taste you're not familiar with, or you're like, I don't know how to describe this. I love beers like that because they challenge your palate a little bit
Yeah.
to try and figure out what the hell it is, right?
What is your guys' favorite Voodoo Ranger?
I had my favorite Voodoo Ranger because I just had it on the weekend when I was down in Florida.
Cryo.
The Cryo, yeah. The Cryo, I love that one.
I can't believe they made one with a cryo hop.
It was so good.
I've only had one Voodoo Ranger because we don't really get it here. And
No, we don't.
We had it. I got it in the Calgary airport, of all places. I think. Yeah, I can't remember exactly which one it was. I was just excited to see it because I just thought, I'm in the airport. It's just going to be Molson and Bud Light, and then it's like, oh my god, the Voodoo Ranger. This is awesome. And yeah, I really liked it, but I can't remember which one it was.
It was probably just their regular IPA.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because I know I can get that. I can get that up here most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. Like I'll walk into the LCBO and grab there's a Voodoo Ranger there, but it's just their whatever the basic one is.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I get to go down to the States sometimes, and I get to try these different variations, or somebody will send me one. Like I've got the Dave sent me the Atomic Pumpkin from Voodoo Ranger, which is still in the fridge. So I'm gonna do that very, very soon because that's been in there for
that sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, you know me. I love my pumpkin beers. So.
Oh yeah, same here. Just catching up in comments. Mitch says many a night getting drunk on Garbage Hill. Yes, absolutely. That's Winnipeg experience. Maybe that if I win the challenge to get people to come up here for Brewtuber gathering, we'll get drunk on Garbage Hill. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Vanessa, my tailbone was broken by us riding down into the woods when I was young. Oh no. Our toboggan was 8 feet long growing up.
Oh, what are the old wooden ones? The old wooden ones, the really, really long ones that kind of curved up. Yeah, those are no control on those whatsoever.
No, I had one of those too. We got someone new joining us. Big Room TV. I just found this guy's channel the other night from Buffalo. I watched.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining. Yeah.
Cheers. It's empty, but cheers.
The Juice Force is actually pretty good.
Yeah, he says Juice Force is his favorite.
That's the best one.
Yeah, I have had Juice Force before. It's a good one too. I like the Juice Force as well.
And it does not taste like it's 8%. It drinks like
it does not.
5.5.
No,
smooth.
Yeah, absolutely does not.
That's what you'll probably find, Shane, with that fog machine that I sent you. Is like that's an 8% beer.
Yep.
Those generally don't taste like that.
excuse me. Sorry, guys. I should have muted my mic there.
Oh yeah, she says yes. Wooden toboggan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. The control is the riders in sync for turning. Yeah.
So it's like a bobsled.
God damn.
It's the luge.
The luge,
Yeah.
yes, luge. Yep.
Yeah, those wooden ones you get on, and depending on how you had the weight set up, like for the people, because you could put like 4 people on that big badass thing, right? And it would always like end up turning sideways halfway down the hill, and then it would flip over, and everybody would laugh, and then drag it back up and try again. You know, it was good times. Yeah, pull on the ropes and lean into the turns. Yeah, that's you know, when you're a kid, you don't think that far ahead. You just, ooh, we're going on a ride. You know.
I'll think when my parents scold me in emergency room.
Yeah, it's always good times. I used to love tobogganing as a kid. I don't know, maybe just as I got older, I just started to hate the cold and the snow.
Yeah, I liked it when I was younger too, but for me, hating snow came when I bought a house. I actually I didn't mind the snow that much for a long time. It was when I had to shovel it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to shovel it for years living in, apartments, condos, and then having a house. It's like, I gotta shovel it. In the last 2 winters, I was shoveling like 4 days a week. It was horrible.
For anybody who doesn't know the secret about shoveling, and Alan, I'm sure you don't know, I'm gonna say here is the secret of shoveling snow when you own a house. Have children.
Oh, well, see, that's the other thing. Yeah, when the last time I lived in a house, my daughter was still at home, so she was.
See, there you go.
She did all the shoveling.
Like I said, I was pretty fortunate. I mean, I've got 2 boys, so it was like, go and shovel the driveway. Dad's got to go to work. No, like that's your job. Make sure you shovel the driveway so Dad can go to work, because I work at night. So it's got to be all cleared out so Dad can,
Yeah. Kids are great because they do all the work for you. And we love them.
Of course. Oh, hey, when I was younger, my dad made me do all the work. Like, I had to shovel and do all that other crap, Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. And he's like, oh, don't worry. He goes, you'll get it one day. And then when you become a parent, you're like, oh, I get it now. Now I get to boss my kids around. And then they're going to do it to their kids, and so on and so forth.
That's what he meant. He wasn't trying to give me tips on shoveling.
No, he was just saying, hey, I want grandchildren, so here, shovel.
Yeah.
And then you'll understand why you need to have kids.
Miscellaneous beer reviews is here now.
Yeah.
Woo! Cheers.
My point of hating snow was when I started working TV, and then I realized that we didn't get the day off or able to work from home. We still had to get to the studio somehow.
Oh, yeah, I guess, See, I'm pretty lucky. When we get a bad snowstorm up here, I can call into work, because I technically live out of town, and they always try and get all the guys that live actually out of town. If they call in, like, yeah, you got the day off, just, stay home.
I remember working somewhere years ago, and there was a massive, massive snowstorm at the end of April. Like, our snow had all melted, and then we got hit with a massive snowstorm. It was horrible. And the place I was working at that time, I had to call in. I couldn't make it there. I had to call in and get someone to take my shift. And 2 weeks later, when I got my paycheck, it's like, thank you for all your hard work during the snowstorms. Like, I didn't do anything. Thanks for the form letter, because I just stayed home.
Right.
They just paid you anyway.
It's like, okay,
well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
glad I could help, I guess.
Even still, it's always nice to get a letter from work, because it's so rare that happens, right?
That's right. They acknowledge I exist.
Yeah, like I actually got
book your shop.
I'm more than just a number.
So, Big Road, I work at a butcher wholesale shop. Cheers to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cut the meats.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I know, Shane, you work in a casino.
Yes, sir.
I work for University in Communications. Chase?
I work.
You just YouTube all the time?
I wish.
Professional YouTuber.
Yeah. I work in TV. I did studio stuff, graphics playback for a long time.
Okay. Well, that's why you hate graphics. That's right. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That's why he makes me do all his graphic shit. He's like, hey Shane, I got a project here. You do it for me.
And now I just do distribution.
Okay. And
See,
John, how about you? Do you just collect booze?
Yeah,
Please
that's
tell me
all I
you
do.
do is collect booze. So
That's all I do.
Retired.
Yeah, I actually worked at a cheese place for 27 years.
Oh wow.
Making
Okay.
mozzarella cheese for Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars,
Oh.
Papa John's.
Oh, cool.
I was
Cool.
a supervisor there for a long time, and then because I was in the military, I did the National Guard after I got out of the Marine Corps, and
Another Marine.
I was in the exact same time as Brian.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, I
You
think
guys
we
do
were
each other?
we were in Lejeune at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So yeah, they ended up discharging me because of my knees and some other stuff, and so now I'm basically 100% disabled. So
Right.
this is what I do.
Now you collect booze, huh? Living the
I
life.
collect booze.
I'm actually amazed. Like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot of military personnel. I mean, I know a few people, but the majority of them are freaking U.S. Marines, or former U.S. Marines. That's so funny.
There
Yeah,
it is.
you're like the third brew tuber. It's the
Yeah.
next Marine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanessa chiming
No,
in.
not next Marine, former Marine.
No,
Oh yeah.
not former.
Is it
I'm
ex-Marine?
I'm a
Oh,
Marine.
you're just a Marine. You're just
Oh,
a Marine.
Marine.
Because you're a Marine for life, right?
I'll always be a Marine.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's funny when I was down.
Math teacher, semi-retired, and retired USAF 1980 to 1996.
And
Yep, I
son
didn't
was
know
Air
that.
Force.
It's funny when I was down in Florida this past weekend, and I've never noticed this up here in Canada. I don't know if they have them up here. We went to this little pizza place called Scoonies. You commented on that, Chase. The Scoonies place that we went to. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, and so we're sitting there. Like I said, I'm with Dave and Brian. They're both, Marines. And I didn't notice until Brian had noticed it. There was an older gentleman, like much older. And he was going to go pay for his bill at the cashier. And he had this hat on. And I've never seen this hat before. Again, Canada, so I wouldn't see it. And it said Vietnam veteran on it. So Brian jumped up out of his seat and said, No. He goes, I got this. And Brian paid for his bill and shook his hand and said, welcome home.
Huh.
And I'm like, oh, that was awful nice of you, Brian. But then he explained what it was. Because, I mean, I knew this fact, but it didn't click into because I'm not a military guy. But when the veterans came back from, fighting in Vietnam, they got spit on and called baby killer and, treated really badly. And he goes, they didn't get that welcome home. He goes, so when you see somebody with that Vietnam veteran hat on, he goes, the proper thing to do is walk up to them, shake their hand and say, welcome home, because they never got that when they came back from Vietnam.
No.
And I guess it's pretty common for other military personnel, like if they see, a guy with that hat on, to, pay for their dinner, pay for their drinks, whatever, just to say, hey, thank you, because, the world rejected you when you tried to come back home. So we're trying to make up for it now. And I thought, and that happened 3 times on that weekend that I was there. 3 times we came across one of these guys. And I was just thinking to myself, that is the coolest effing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And it was one of those like heartwarming kind of things. Like for me personally, it was very heartwarming that, you have that much respect for people who, maybe didn't have the best time in the military when they came home. I was obviously a very young man or not even a young man, I was a young boy, still in diapers probably, when that whole war was going on. But I just thought that was the coolest thing. And that Dave and Brian, like any time, like I said, it was 3 times they saw a guy with the hat on. They were boom, boom, right up on it, paid for the guy's bill or paid for his drinks and shook his hand, said, welcome home. And I'm like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire freaking life.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, they were treated like shit. It was
Yeah, for sure.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like when we flew back, we got into Bangor, Maine, and it's like all we could think about was where's the bar. we just wanted to get some beers, because Desert
Sure.
Storm, we didn't drink nothing. So
Yeah.
I
Right,
wanted
yeah.
beer. And we get in
course.
there and that terminal opens and it was just loaded with people. They had booths set up and everything. And I mean, there's people that wanted your autograph, and it's like, this is the weirdest thing in the world, And
Right.
it's like my uncle who was in Vietnam, he talked about how they treated him, and I thought that just, it's a completely different thing. Yeah, because Vietnam vets, they got shafted.
Oh, for sure.
It was like this blanket thing put over them that they're all bad. It's BS. Because most of them were drafted.
For sure.
They didn't choose to go there.
No.
But it kind of again, it's an outsider looking in because it's not as prevalent in Canada as it is in the U.S. But it was just, I'm like, wow, how can you treat people so badly that just went and represented and protected your country by doing whatever the hell it is that we're doing. Yeah, they're out there killing people, but that's their job as a soldier. That is your job. When you're called on to do that, go do that. Just respect what they do and don't treat them like shit. That's like you said, sometimes it wasn't their choice. They got drafted, and that wasn't their choice of a job.
Of course,
But
that was
absolutely.
also the famously like the first war that was really televised, right? Like that you saw images of what was going
For
on
sure.
there in your living rooms over here, and of course, the media then did what it does now and focuses on the worst things, and it does kind of paint everybody in the same light, even though you're just catching a handful of people doing something awful.
For sure.
It's not fair that everybody gets painted that way. But.
Yeah. And that's one of the things. Like two of my favorite like wartime movies. One of them is Hamburger Hill, which I watched in the theater when I was in a teen, and I thought that was a brilliant movie. But I think my favorite series, and love it or hate it, it doesn't matter, is the Rambo series. But more importantly, the very, very first one, First Blood.
Yep.
Because that told the story of a Vietnam veteran who came and he got treated like shit. And he was just like, like you said, when I was in Vietnam, I was in charge of $1 million equipment. I did my job better than anybody in the entire world. I was the best at what I did. And he goes, when I came home, people are spitting on me and treating me like a piece of shit. And every single Rambo movie, like at the end of the movie, I always feel bad. Especially the first one. The first one, I almost want to break down in tears because you feel bad for the character, right?
Yeah.
But every single movie,
actually a really good movie. Yeah.
The first
I think that's silly after that.
Christmas movie.
technically, I guess if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then First Blood is a Christmas movie. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. But I always felt bad for Rambo's character, like as a person, if he was a real person. Like this guy just, they just use him to get the job done, and after the job's done, it's like, yeah, you're worthless to us now because the job's done.
I got to meet all the National Guard guys that were in that movie.
Oh, did you really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We were down in Puerto Rico, and whoever their CO is of that unit, he has them. They go everywhere. Where most National Guard units, they don't do anything. They go local and stuff. For their 2 weeks, they go everywhere, and a lot of those guys got to be on that set for that movie. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's only a couple that were real actors and not National Guard, but all the rest of them were actually National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I mean, if I was making a movie, that's what I would want. Like, I don't want to pick 10 guys that are pretending to be National Guard. Like, hey, you guys want to be in this movie? Yeah, and get actual guys that can speak, because every job like that has like their own lingo, right?
Yeah.
Like the Marines would have a particular lingo as opposed to the Air Force, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it just to have that realism, because that's what I would want if I was going to make a movie like that. It's the realism into it.
Because if you didn't do that, then you'd have to hire somebody to make sure they're doing the right lingo,
right?
Everything else, right?
They don't always do that, and that
they don't.
drives me crazy watching movies when you see people that got all this crap, and it's like none of that makes any sense,
Right?
Yeah.
It's like you have like officer, you got like a lieutenant here, but yet then they have chevrons like they're enlisted. It's like you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You can't be both.
Yeah. You can't be both. You're right. You're
You're
right.
one or the other. But yeah, I mean, I guess that depends on what they want to spend their money on. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That
But
makes
that's the
sense.
thing. Southern Comfort was filmed while she was at Barksdale. I don't know if I'm thinking of the same movie.
that's
That
cool.
could be showing your age a bit, but because I remember seeing that quite a while ago. That if it's the same movie I'm thinking of, was
Quite a
She's
while
not
ago.
showing. She's not showing her age. She's 49 years old. I don't know how many times I got to tell people this. She's
Yeah.
49.
okay. So yeah, that would be the same movie I'm thinking of. Then.
Even though
she's
she
not-
said she joined the military in 1980, yeah, she's 49.
She's 49. As far as I'm concerned, she's 49.
49.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think.
that's the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
movie.
I don't think. I don't. I've not seen that movie. But now that Vanessa's mentioned, I'm going to go watch it
but
again.
it was.
It's pretty good.
Don't-
Kinda
don't-
along the same lines of like Deliverance or something.
Yeah. Don't you dare put that next comment up, Alan. Do not put that. Do not put that comment up.
Only the four of us know what it is.
That's right. Yeah. I know how old you are, Vanessa. I know how old you are.
49 and a half.
49. That's right. That's correct. She's 49.
And a half.
and a half. and that's funny. You know what's funny? Do you realize that like when you're a kid, and somebody says, "Oh, hey, Alan, how old are you?" and you're like, "Oh, I'm 8.5, or I'm 8 3/4."
Yeah.
If somebody asked me my age now, I would never say, "Oh, I'm 52 3/4." I would never say 3/4 or a half after that.
You just round up to 53.
Yeah. No, I say 52. I'm 52 until my birthday, dude. I'm not a rounder upper. But yeah, you never said I'm 52 and a half. That's how old nobody cares. But when you're a kid, that extra half years, ooh, you're almost, you're almost 12. You're 11 and a half. You're almost 12.
Well, I'm 11 and a half. Well, you're basically an adult now.
Yeah, pretty much, right? It's just one of those little funny things I notice. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true though. That's I think basically once you are an adult, you stop, right? Like once you hit 18, it doesn't matter anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
20 with 21 for us. We had to
Oh,
wait
that's
4
true,
years
yeah.
to drink.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. We could drink before you could, but I'm sure you guys found ways.
Well, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, much like we found ways, Alan, because we were, drinking at, 16, 17. Right?
Yeah, we found ways.
Yeah, for sure.
You waited until 16 or 17?
I was a late bloomer. What can I say?
Yeah, I didn't wait that long.
Yeah. I was a late bloomer.
Probably like 9th grade.
See, I was like
Yeah.
not a,
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I was like not a very cool kid, and then but I was a little older than the rest of my classmates, so I turned 18 before the rest of them. And so yeah, in our final like grade 11, 12, I was the most popular guy because I was buying everyone beer.
Right.
I rode that train for the last year and a half of high school. It was great.
Yeah. You want a case of beer? $5. Give me $5. The case is $25. Give me 30.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you make your money back then.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Speaking of beer, I'm gonna grab another quick one. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I remember-
how much was a case of beer back then?
Oh God, a case of beer back then?
$12?
Probably about, yeah. I think it was like $1 a beer. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I think it was about $1 a beer when we were buying them back then. Like a 6-pack would cost you what a pint, less than a pint does now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can remember when we were in Okinawa. It was like $8.25 for a case of beer. We could get a case of Budweiser for $8.25.
I'm gonna throw up now.
That
Jesus.
was awesome.
At inflation or at the thought of Budweiser?
Well, I mean, you didn't have any choices.
That's just
You
the
had
price.
Budweiser, Colt 45, and Orion.
Billy D. Williams.
That's
Orion.
right.
Yeah,
I actually
that
don't
was
mind. I don't mind Colt 45. I think that's like as far as like malt beverage beers. I think that's my favorite malt beverage beer.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had one.
Yeah,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I just remember the commercials as a kid, but
Yeah, we had beer machines inside our barracks. You put a quarter in there, and it'll spit a beer out.
Oh, dude. Quarter of beer. Can you imagine, Alan?
wow.
They haven't had quarter beers here in Canada since 1908.
Forever.
Shane, when you pick me up at the airport, we're gonna go to the most towny-looking corner package store and buy a 340. We're gonna buy a Cobra, a Steel Reserve, and a Colt 45 for Alan.
There we go. Perfect. Well, I can usually get Colt 45 up here. Usually, not all the time though. Sometimes I just win. It's like it's not there. But yeah, we'll pick one up in the States for sure. We'll pick one up in Buffalo.
One of each. He's gotta run the gamut. Or at least my gamut.
All right.
So I'm gonna throw this one in from Vanessa. We had a cigarette vending machine in the hallway in elementary school.
Yes.
Now that's a different time.
I think
high school, maybe high school in our day. But
wait, I think I just inserted high school to elementary school.
Yeah.
Elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school. I think we talked about this on one of my lives maybe a week or two ago. I think she brought that up, and we did the whole vending machine. I remember seeing them in bowling alleys and stuff, like because my parents used to bowl.
Oh yeah.
And I would go with them. I remember seeing them.
Yeah,
I remember those. But
yeah, I remember being a kid and like my parents would like my mom smoked, so she would send me to the store to buy cigarettes. And it's like, and here's a note in case they ask.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Not really fair, 8-year-old kid comes in, asks for a pack of Players Light or whatever. Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm going to try something different here, guys. I've had a couple beers. I'm just going to bust it up a little bit. I got this from Paul from the Alkanauts. And he works at a place called Georgian Bay. It's a brewery. This was one of their cans that they can't sell because it's not pretty. The can is not pretty.
Ooh.
And I have had this before, and it is freaking tasty as hell. So this is the Georgian Bay vodka iced tea coming in at 7% alcohol by volume. This is what I should have chugged for my chug challenge because this is just like freaking water.
Where's is it just the dent on the side? Is that the only ugly part?
I don't know. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but it's really it's denty. There's air in it. So there was a couple of these, and he's like, "Here, take these," and he gave me a couple. Get like the premix shots, like the little 4-pack of premix shots of whatever the hell it is. Same thing. The packaging wasn't quite right. So let's get into this. Oh, hang on. There we go. I'm ready now. I had to get the shit click up there.
There's no shit click.
I had to get the shit click.
There's no shit click because there's no air in the can.
Yeah.
It's more like click.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look. Check this out. I just hard poured the hell out of this.
How is
look
that?
At the head on this.
There's nothing there.
But it's an iced tea vodka. It's not meant to be a beer, right?
No. Throw a little lemonade in there, and it'll be a John Daly.
Probably like a
yeah, for sure.
Probably like a twisted tea down here.
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
But see, if you
like,
throw a vodka in it, it becomes a John Daly.
Yes.
That's my video for next week, actually.
Right.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So this is literally like drinking.
My favorite mixed drink, actually.
This is like drinking iced tea. Yeah, like a good iced tea.
Yeah.
Like there's no alcohol in it. You just I could just pound this. I swear to God, I could.
Huh.
A sweet tea or a bitter tea?
Sweet tea, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice sweet little iced tea. It's so God, so good.
So like Drew would say, I could drink 5, 6, 7 of these.
No.
Well, the problem is
20 of those.
The problem is it's so good and it's just so tasty that you can crush it. Like I'm like literally look at this. I'm halfway done it already. That's how good. I should have used this for my chug challenge. I really should have. So tasty. Thank you, Paul. I know you're not watching, but thank you, Paul.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, really good.
Those ones like
drink of the night.
What I think the equivalent of that is for us. I could probably easily drink at least the whole 12-pack.
Yeah, like it's just so. Like I said, 7%. You can't taste it. You can't taste them. You can't taste anything at all. It's just like drinking iced tea.
Yeah.
Exactly what it tastes like. So good. I'm gonna have to go over to Paul's house again and do like, hey Paul, why don't we do another video at your new bar?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You have extra vodka iced teas? Oh sure, I'll take those off your hands, Paul. I know you've got too many. You know.
So I didn't know Paul worked at a brewery.
Yeah, he worked at Georgian Bay Brewery, which is in, where the hell is it? I don't think it says on here even. But yeah, so he's got a lot of like this one, like I said, I guess these are called seconds.
Yeah.
Where there's not enough air in the can, or the packaging is wrong on stuff. I don't know I do have a 4-pack of shots. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, like I've been to breweries where like they'll give me.
There we go. Thankfully my beer fridge is nice and close. Yeah, so he gave me this. This is an 8-pack, or is it a 4-pack? Oh, it is an 8-pack. Oh, I got 8 shots here, boys and girls.
shot.
So I don't know. Oh, there's a couple different ones in here. So it's just a little box like this, and it has like little. Sorry, I don't know if you can see it. The little like pre-packaged shots. So this one has one candy apple. What's this one? Spiced rum. Oh, sorry, the candy. Oh, is that the recipe for it? Shit. 1 shot rip shot spiced rum, 1.5. Oh, this is a recipe for a candy. Oh, okay. So you take 1 rip shot spiced rum, which is what this is. Add it with 1.5 ounces of apple juice, 2 squeezes of lemon, and 3 ounces of ginger beer. There you go. That might not be too bad. Yes, this is just a spiced rum, I guess. I thought it was a whole bunch of different ones, but it's not. I was just reading it wrong.
Question from Vanessa: are those Jello shots?
No, they're not Jello shots, Vanessa. Here, let me crack one open. Well, I'll crack the package open.
Is Sean gonna make a Jello shot right now?
Yeah, right. So it is. Yeah, so it's just little. Oh yeah, see these are the exact same thing.
Oh.
Like they're dented because there's not enough air in them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a rip shot. I know you guys can't read that. It says rip shot spiced rum on it.
Wait, rip shot. Drew used to do videos with that. I remember that. I recognize that word.
Rip shot?
Yeah, didn't Drew used to do like shorts with those?
Where
he'd like take them as a chaser or something.
He might have. I honestly don't remember. So what do we got here? 42.6 milliliters, premium Caribbean import, 40% alcohol by volume. Rimshot Brewing Company. Oh, hey, fuck, whatever. I don't have to work tomorrow. Screw you guys. How does that thing go? I saw this one video. It's like a dad sitting in his lawn chair drinking a beer, and the kid comes up and says, "Hey, what do you got there?" And the dad's like, "Oh, it's a beer." And the kid goes, "Oh, what does it taste like?" And the dad goes, "Tastes like I'm not going to work tomorrow." All right, let's give it a little smell here. Oh, jeepers creepers. Wow, is that strong?
Holy! What you expect it to smell like?
Holy crap! I mean, it's 40%. I'm used to smelling beer at 9-10%. This is a freaking 40% shot of spiced rum. I'm gonna be freaking sick tomorrow. I swear to God.
At least it's not Malort.
Yeah. It doesn't smell as bad as Malort. That's for sure. But it's freaking strong. It's strong. No, you don't. John, save yourself a whole bunch of problems, John, and never try it. Just tell people oh, I tried Malort. Yeah, it was terrible. That's all you need to do. You never need to try it. I don't want anybody to go through the Malort experience like we had to. We were kind of forced and tricked into it, really. We all thought it was
tricked into it. We were tricked into it.
Well, because it's called the Chicago handshake. You're like, oh, this is like, hey, welcome to Chicago. This is what Chicago tastes like. Chicago tastes like shit. That's exactly.
She gave us that. What was it? The old German pills or whatever it was, the chaser. I don't think you could drink 6 of those and wash out the flavor of them. That
taste stays with you for hours. It was terrible. like Chase said, they had the chaser there, and you're sitting there drinking it and drinking it and drinking it and drinking it, and that Malort taste is not. It's like, it's awful.
It's like a rotting carcass.
Yeah, it's like a quick setting cement. It's like once it sets, it's there forever. That's what the Malort taste was.
And coincidentally, it feels like setting cement once it's in your stomach.
Oh, it's so bad. So
this
bad.
sounds better. Pecan caramel moonshine
Ooh.
with coffee, 40%. That sounds way better.
I'm a disgraced transplanted Southerner because I've been down here for, 3.5 years now. I haven't gone adventuring for moonshine yet.
Oh man, even I've got a mason jar of moonshine. My brother-in-law made it. It's apple pie moonshine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Now I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of apple pie. Or
That's the most popular.
Sorry, maybe I should rephrase that. I'm not a fan of cooked fruit. Like I will eat an apple, but I will not eat an apple pie. I will eat a handful of blueberries, but I will not eat a blueberry pie. Once you cook it, it just grosses me out. I don't know why.
I'm like
That's just
that
me
with
though.
I'm like that with tomatoes actually. Like
Oh, you can eat a
I'll pop fresh tomatoes all day. I'll pop them like they're candy. But like,
sure, yeah.
you do like the oven roasted stuff, like over a meal. Like I can't do that. The texture just.
okay. What
Yeah,
about like
that's-
tomato sauces and that kind of thing? You okay with that?
Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
all fluid. It's all It's not
Right.
like you get some like piece of the flesh of the tomato, which still kind of has that sponginess, and then like the skin of it, which is just tastes like skin.
Like
Yeah.
a margarita pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, basically, right?
I don't know if I've had a margarita with roasted tomatoes on it.
Well,
Have you
that's what goes on it. That and basil.
Yeah, it's just there's not much. The margarita pizza is like the most basic pizza you can buy.
Tomato and basil. That's all that's on there.
The margarita
Yeah, if you-
pies I used to get had like fresh slices on it.
It had what on it, Chase? Sorry, I missed that.
Fresh slices of tomato.
Oh yeah, usually they're baked in it.
Yeah,
I mean, from what I've seen, that yeah, I mean, it could be different depending where you're at, but
I mean,
deep
some of them I guess
fried.
are baked, but they're kind of like buried in the cheese, so they kind of just got lost of the sauce. No pun intended.
right.
Now, have you ever had an authentic Chicago deep dish pizza, John?
Yeah,
Oh my God, I've never had one until I went down to Chicago this past summer with Chase.
yeah.
Dear Lord.
they're good.
Now I'm not supposed to have a whole lot of cheese.
John's only
But-
about probably a half an hour from Chicago.
No,
Oh my God,
I'm like
I
2.5
was
hours.
I freaking ate that thing, and my wife is giving me shit because my wife came down with me, and I should have only eaten half of it, like half of a slice, whatever. And so I'm eating a slice, and my wife, she's on me. She's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be eating that much cheese." I'm like, "I know." And then she went to the
like a
bathroom.
child.
Yeah. Well, because sometimes I just say, "Screw it, I'm here. I'll go with the pain that I'm gonna get." Blah blah blah. So I finished off the half slice, and then she went to the bathroom. So I finished off the other half slice, and then grabbed another slice, and I'm friggin' punching into that. It was so good. That was probably one of the best pizzas I've ever had. It was so good.
Did you run off? I don't remember you running off while we were there.
No, I didn't. She did.
Okay.
She went to the washroom. That's why I grabbed the other piece. I finished off the piece I had,
But
and then
through-
got another
throughout-
piece, and I'm cutting into it.
Throughout the time we were there, you didn't run off because I don't remember you running off because we were at that spot for a while because of the
Yeah,
rain.
I did a couple times, like because
Oh, okay.
I have to because of my stuff. Well, Chase. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna try this little shot here, guys. Oh my God, it's cribbing them.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, it's not gonna go good. It's funny because I used to be. I know, John, you don't know me very well. I used to be a cocktail guy, as you can see from my bar behind me here. So I was that stupid guy that a couple of my buddies would go, "Hey, let's go to the ballet, the strip joint," and we'd go there, and all my buddies would be like, "Oh yeah, can I get a Coors? Can I get a Canadian?" And I'd be that one idiot that's like, "Yeah, can you guys make a Singapore Sling?" And all the buddies are like, "What the hell is wrong with you? We're at a strip." I'm like, "That's what I drink." So, but now I'm into beer. All right, let's try this out, guys. Who cares? Cheers. Oh, I don't even want to drink this. Cheers.
Like a champ.
Nicely done.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That sounded
Give
like
me a-
you had
give-
a kick for a mass-produced shot in a plastic cup.
It's
You,
a.
you could win a shot challenge.
Oh, I can do it. I can do a shot, but a beer I
Okay.
can't chug.
What would be, because it can't be timed, because obviously everyone's going to throw it back.
Yeah.
So what would be
Wow.
the stipulations for a shot challenge?
Oh.
Like not making a face?
It would have to be like the nastiest shot with the combination of not making a face.
Malort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can't top that. Again, I haven't tried it. Hope I don't.
Oh God,
Maybe it would be like the Suicide Run. You'd have a shot of like 5 different types of liquor, and you'd have to do each one, and whoever reacts the least to the whole run.
Of the 5 shots, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you want to try it, Alan, I could probably talk Mallory into like, hey, can you bring up a couple of those little bottles?
You don't have
Just-
to.
Oh, it wouldn't take any talking them into. They
they just grab it.
without asking.
They'd be like, oh yeah, we want to see Alan's face when he tries this. Yeah, we'll give it to him. Because oh God, it's so fucking awful.
And Dave.
Oh, that's right. Dave's never tried it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dave will be up here as well. So I think so far as far as like guaranteed guys,
TK?
I got TK, I got Alan, I have Chase, I think I've got Mallory and Chew, I got Wayne from Bucks County Beer Reviews is coming up.
Oh, he needs one. He needs one.
Dave, who the hell else is coming up? Guaranteed for sure.
Brian.
Brian, yes, sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be such a freaking great time. I can't wait. And just
When is it?
That is July. Oh my God! Let me pop up a calendar here really quick.
July 12th.
It's like July 12th, July 12th to the 15th. Sorry, I always want to say 14th for some reason. I don't know why, but it's July 12th to the 14th that weekend there, up here in Niagara Falls. If you're interested, John, yeah, you're more than welcome for sure. Get a hold of me on Facebook. Here, I'll type in my name here in the comments so you can find me. Because I got a weird last name. So there's my name there, John. Yeah, just look me up on Facebook. Just give me a friend because the page that I have for the event is a private group, so I have to invite you in. And even if you don't come, at least you have that information if you decide either way. But yeah, it's going to be a friggin' fantastic time.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
And there are a lot of good breweries in that area, the country. There's a lot of good breweries around there.
For sure. Well, Alan's been to the... Hey, you know what I'm excited for, Alan? To bring everybody to Silversmith and have them try the Black Lager.
Yes, that's a great beer.
That is a great beer.
Oh, I've
And
had
maybe
that.
we can
Right-
actually
right
sit
in that
inside. It's such a cool space in there. But the day we went, it was packed. We had to sit on the patio.
Yeah.
But inside, it's just this gorgeous old church turned into a brewery. Like, yeah.
Yeah, really
You like
nice.
the-
Really.
You like the dark lagers?
Oh, yeah.
The one at Silversmith was exceptional. And it's really not that far from my house. Yeah, exceptional Black Lager for sure.
Yeah, we got a couple good ones here from there's you ever heard of like the Two Hearted,
Bells.
Yeah, Bells. Yeah.
yeah, Bells. They've got Black Hearted, which I thought was awesome. I mean, it's
I've never seen that or even heard. I've never even heard of it. I didn't know they had a Black-Hearted one.
well, they had like a 12-pack that I bought, and they had Black Hearted, Cold Hearted, Light Hearted, and Two Hearted.
What's
That
lighthearted?
it was really good. But the
Light-Hearted is probably
Black-Hearted-
it's probably just a two-hearted, but a light version of it.
but the
Oh,
Black Hearted was
lighthearted.
really good. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Cool.
There's the one from Comstock Park. What the heck's the name of that one? They got Pear and Black. Really good. Pear and Black. I mean, because a lot of the restaurants we go to around here have a lot of local stuff, and normally their dark beer is the Pear and Black, and that's another really good one.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can make it out, I'll grab as much local
For sure.
stuff from around here as I can.
Yeah, well, and that's what everybody does, John. You basically grab a bunch of beers that are local to your area, like just like grab a 12-pack or whatever you can put on your carry-on, or if you're flying, whatever stuff like that.
I would.
And then, okay, yeah, so there you go. So you can bring more. You can bring a case if you want to.
Across to Detroit and
Yeah. So then, basically, we just bring as much beer as you can, like 12 to 24, no more than 24. You don't need more than a case.
I got a
And
truck.
then, yeah. So usually on the last day, like everybody brings out their beer from their local area and slaps it on a table, and everybody's kind of like, okay, I brought 12, so I'm going to grab 12 random beers, or I brought 24, so I'm going to grab 24 random beers from, you get stuff. You get stuff from Winnipeg, you get stuff from Ontario, you get stuff from North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and it's just nice to bring that home and do beer reviews and stuff like that. It's so cool. It's really good. All right, I gotta go up and grab my charger here, guys. My phone is almost dead, so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
3 hours.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it's not the 13-hour live stream like I did with Mallory.
That's America.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
I did 13 hours with Mallory one night. It was ridiculous. So we started at 6 o'clock at night, and we finished it just after 7 o'clock the next morning.
Were you drinking the whole time?
Oh yes, sir.
That's why Shane says no one can outdrink Mallory.
Nobody can. I'll get back to that story from Atlanta. The way she drank in Atlanta, holy crap! And that's why I tell everybody: if Mallory challenges you to a drinking challenge, just walk away and pretend you didn't hear her. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I'll see you in a minute.
All right. And I'm gonna grab one more. I was gonna end this at 3 hours, but I think I'll do it at 3.5. So I'm gonna grab one more beer.
What?
What's one more beer, right?
Famous last words. Then Alan wakes up for work in the morning. He's like, "Oh, why?"
Well, I'm trying to pick light ones.
Well, what was it before? 9.5. Yeah, that'll work. Back of the beer fridge live.
Yeah, I got a bill here pretty quick.
Hurry up, Alan. John's got to see what you pick before he says goodnight.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my beer.
Yay!
All right, I got my beer. I've been having such I have so many strong beers in there. I'm like trying to find something light because I do have to work in the morning. So I'm trying to keep to like 6% or less. I'm pretty sure this is a 5%er.
All right.
Oh, it's a 4%er. Here we go.
Even better.
And
Light beer.
it's a mango cart. Bowling Road Brewing mango cart. It's my partner's favorite beer, but she's out of town, so I'm gonna. And we have a lot of them, so I'm gonna have one of these.
Alan, that just means it's love for her to watch a show 3 hours in and find out you drank her beer.
If she's watching, I'll be shocked. And I'm sure she'd be fine. If I drank her Christmas cart, she'd be upset. But we have a lot of mango carts.
What's Christmas cart?
Hold on. I'm not going to drink it, but I'll show it to you.
I never heard of Christmas cart.
So they do like we were down there in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So Christmas cart. It's a wheat ale. Wheat ale with cherries and spices.
No.
I haven't seen that one.
It tastes like Christmas cake, like a Christmas fruit cake, but in the best way.
Not
it's got cherry flavor and everything else. It's
not the
it's
stereotypical fruitcake.
Yeah, it's not a doorstopper. It's actually a nice beer. But we only have like 3 or 4 of these. But we got like a dozen of these. I can drink one mango cart.
I love mango.
So let me
That's
just
so
plug
good.
this.
That's so good.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. What do you got there, Alan? Sorry, I missed.
Mango cart. Shane.
I have a mango cart from Bowling Road Brewing in California.
Oh, okay.
So, funny story about Golden Road. One of the networks I do distribution for, when it first started out, they did a lot more creative content. They had a lot more original content. And they did a limited run series called Beerland, and the host of the show was the owner of Golden Road.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Cool. I so when I went to Los Angeles, we went there actually twice in 2023, in January and then again in December. When we went in January, the first restaurant we went to, they had 4 beers on their list, and they were all macros. The only one I hadn't heard of was Mango Cart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll try that. And then, looked at the label. It's like brewed in Los Angeles, even better. So my first beer there was actually local. And, we loved it. And it was on our list of places to visit while we were there. And it's the only one I think that we went back to our second trip back. It was just so good. We couldn't try everything we wanted to try when we were there. It's just fantastic.
I'm sitting here looking at Vanessa's comment, and I'm a little troubled because it says, I make fruitcakes and plum pudding each holiday season. Why do you make fruitcakes? Nobody eats that shit. It's gross. Stop.
Well, Shane, you were gone when we were talking about this beer, which is also from the same brewery.
Okay.
It's called Christmas Cart. It's made with cherries and spices. So it's good.
So it's probably...
It tastes like a Christmas cake, but in a good way.
Big Rome has a true story.
I drank 14 Mango Carts at a bar in LA on Melrose Avenue in 2019. Good times.
Yeah, but it's not really a Drew story because Drew would have reviewed that 14 times and put them all out in the same week.
In the same
a couple shorts. I mean, give the guy some credit. A couple of them would be shorts, but it would be this. Hey guys, I haven't had this beer in 7 hours, so I got to review it again because my palate changes.
Revisit your beers, guys. Revisit your beers.
Do not revisit your beers. There's 100,000 different beers out there. You do not need to revisit.
This is my 6th revisit in the last 48 hours.
The watermelon cart. I had the watermelon cart when we were there in January. We had it delivered to our hotels. That was a great beer. I don't normally like watermelon flavor in beer. That was really good.
Why? God, why does that sound familiar? The watermelon.
I did review it. I only had it once. I didn't review it 14 times, but it was a good beer.
It's down. I think they get it down in Florida too.
Watermelon cart just sounds really. Maybe I'm just thinking of your video, Alan, but that just sounds familiar to me.
Golden Road's got a pretty big reach, right? I'm pretty sure it's. I never heard of Golden Road till I was in Los Angeles, but I can get it in North Dakota, Minnesota. It's
all right, guys.
Wide reaching.
Later, John.
All right,
here, John.
Had a good time.
Yeah, good day.
Take care, sir. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.
That was great talking to you, buddy. Cheers.
You too.
Yeah,
all right, we outnumber the Americans one more time, Alan. Woo!
They won World War 18.
Woo! 1812. Because Canada won the War of 1812. Whether you guys want to admit defeat or not, Canada won the War of 1812.
So yeah, this is a nice this 4% beer. Big Rome just said, all these Golden Road cart beers are all 4%. They're all super light.
But as much as I don't like to drink a 4% beer or a 3.5% Rattler. I mean, I don't go out of my way to get those, but there is a place for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Hot summer day, but especially with me, I work nights, so you got a couple guys over in the afternoon, you're having a barbecue, whatever. You can't drink a lot of beer. Hey, you know what? Go with a 3.5% or a 4%. You can have 1 or 2 before work, and everything's good. You can still drive. You're not, stupid. Yeah. So there is a place for those, even though they're not my first choice on a regular basis. There is a place for those beers.
Well, there definitely is, and I like them if I know I'm going to be having a few. If I want to have having a few beers that day, I can have 3 of these, and then have something else in front, right? That's right. You can go a little further. But
a good Rattler hits.
Oh yeah,
if it's tasty, like it can even be like 2.5%. If it's got the flavor, like I will just, sit there and pound them down. And like I said, I'm not one of these guys. Me personally, I'm not embarrassed. Like if let's say I go to Alan's house, he's having a barbecue, and he lives, around the corner, for example. I got no problem. Like I go to Alan's place, have 1 or 2 beers, especially if I have to work that night. I have 1 or 2, like regular beers, like 5-6%. I got no problem, having a couple of drinks of water or having a bottle of water. And I know some guys like that's like, oh, you don't want to drink with us? I'm like, no, I got to work.
Yeah.
Like I'm comfortable drinking just water because hey, I got to work, guys. And I find most people are kind of like, especially our age, right? Like once we get up to 30s, 40s kind of thing, people are like, oh, okay, yeah, we're not going to give you a hard time. But when you're in your 20s and early 30s, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to drink water. All your friends are like, you're such a fucking pussy, man. What's the matter with you? Yeah, you got lots of time. You remember those days. You guys all remember those days, right? And then the next thing you know, you're like freaking
rationalize it. And you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can have one more. Yeah, we're having a good time. I got lots of time. I got like 3 hours before I have to go to work. Yeah, I can have another 7%.
They don't teach you the napkin trick right away.
The napkin trick.
So one of my communications courses in college was when you're like at a post-work function, like a corporate networking cocktail hour kind of deal. And
right.
When you have a drink, you always hold it in your left hand, so when you shake, your hand's never wet or clammy when you shake someone's hand.
Okay.
And 2, you always wrap the napkin around the glass so nobody can look at the glass and see how much is in it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, for me, I don't care anymore. If somebody's going to give me a hard time, I go, oh, you're not drinking enough beer, man. I'm like, whatever. I'm not 20. I don't need to drink 15 beers.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's funny thing with me, and I don't know if you guys get this, like, people are shocked when I go and I say I just decide I'm driving that night. I'm just not going to drink. Like, and it's just like, but you're the beer guy. You're the beer guy.
Yeah.
But not tonight.
No, but they don't understand though. But because, like you said, you go out and you maybe have 1 beer out. Let's say you have 1 beer out, like a regular alcohol beer, and maybe hey, I'm going to do a quick review of this, guys. Blah blah. Your job's done.
Yeah.
You don't need to sit at a brewery and sample every beer that they have.
Yeah.
To have a good time, because we're older. We understand that. We're for the most part, most of us are responsible. And it's like we don't need to get smashed. We're not 20,
Yeah.
And
Big Rome sums it up well here. I hate feeling like garbage and can't get up for work. Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, in my 20s, I'm sure all of us, right? In your 20s, you can do that. You can drink all night, get up for work, and it's nothing.
Sure, absolutely.
And, like, usually if I have to work the next day, 2 beers is kind of my max. I've done 4 tonight. This is like that. I've got to cut myself off after that. But I'm also but tomorrow I'm also working from home, so I don't have to get up as early. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like me. I mean, I've had 4 myself, but I don't work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do have some stuff to do around the house before my wife kills me. Some little. Well, we have. I had this problem with. I had to replace the taps on my sink in the kitchen. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I replaced them. But me, hey, trying to be frugal, I bought like a cheap set of taps. Well, I come to find out like maybe a month ago that those taps now leak. So you got your sink and then you have that shelf. You have the shelf where you put all your cleaning products or whatever else under your sink, whatever you put into there. Well, it had been dripping for quite a while. So it actually started to drip down through the ceiling in my basement. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, where's that water coming from? And when I went and I pulled all the stuff out from under the sink, the wood that was under like the shelf under the sink kind of thing kind of went like this, and then it went like this. And I'm like, oh my God, like how long has this been leaking? So I had to rip that out. I ripped that out. I bought a new set of taps. I bought a good set of like Moen taps. nice name brand. It cost me like $450 or something like that for a stupid set of taps from my kitchen. And but I still haven't replaced the like the shelf. So I did the shelf. I had it all cut. I've got the little slots cut out so I can just slide it in, and it goes around all the pipes. But I haven't done the little frame for underneath. So I grabbed the wood today to make the frame, and that's what my wife's going to make me do tomorrow. Because she's just like, oh yeah, you can go to Florida, but you don't have time to, fix stuff around the house. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Right. So I got to get that done tomorrow. That's job number 1 for tomorrow.
Shane, would it make you feel too much like you were working, or could we do like a table game amongst all of us at the get together?
No, we could do something for sure. Actually, that's not a bad idea because I have a ton of like play chips, like play casino chips.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be good with that. Maybe we could do like even just like a poker tournament or something.
Yeah,
That could be fun.
And then the winner gets like I'll have like I don't even have it here, do I? Do you remember that Goose Island beer that Mallory gave me?
What?
Was it
Bourbon County?
Yeah, the Bourbon County barrel aged one.
Yeah.
Maybe do like a beer like that. Like, hey, whoever wins the tournament gets this. Just for something fun. Oh, Alan, can you sing? By the way, are you a singer, Alan?
I can. I wouldn't call myself a singer, but I can sing.
He
sang
the Christmas song for 20 days in a row.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not a good singer, but I'll do that. I'll do karaoke and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, perfect. Because Ray and Paul are very big into karaoke, and we did a little bit did a little bit in Chicago, and you have not released that yet, Chase.
I haven't yet. I'm sorry, I haven't.
I do a killer Mr. Roboto. If you
Get
guys
them up on the channel.
Perfect. Do a little bit of Sticks. That's awesome. We did a little bit of karaoke. Chase recorded it all. There was one where there was like the whole group of us, and we were singing "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't it Journey or something?
Yeah, it was something. Let me put it that way. But yeah, there's actually a karaoke machine at the Airbnb we're staying at. So that's going to be fun. Chase and I have a little something special planned for everybody.
Nice.
I don't want to reveal what it is, but we have something planned for everybody for that.
I said it was a secret because I almost said it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's we got something special planned, and it's like I don't want to give too much away. It's going to be like a little competition kind of thing, and I'm going to win.
Bye, Vanessa.
I'm going to win.
Vanessa's checked out. Thanks, Vanessa, for dropping by.
Vanessa, always good to see you. Hopefully, we will see you tomorrow night on my live with Josh Ellis, the Malted Gentleman. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being so active on everybody's lives, like whether it's mine or Alan's or Rod J's or whoever else does the live. She's awesome.
All right. I think actually we're hitting the 3.5 hour mark. I think I'm going to have to cut this right away. But Shane, I know I got to talk to you for a minute before we go. So you guys stick around for a minute.
For sure.
So I'm going to let everyone go. And then, make sure if you're not subscribed to Shane or to Chase, do that. If you're somebody who's not the three of us still watching. Big Rome. I don't know if you're subscribed to these guys, so there you go.
For sure.
Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight and took part in this. It was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. And once again, Alan, congratulations on 3 years, buddy.
Cheers.
Quite an accomplishment. Cheers to you, sir. That was awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for dropping by.
Later.
Cheers.